Head coach of the Papago Pumas, Coach William Strother. Coach Strother, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I always get a little butterflies, to be honest with you, because that's just a competitive sport in me. But, always after the first hit, those butterflies go away.
And you played the Sonoran Sidewinders earlier this season. What adjustments were made to get ready for tonight's game?
I mean, Coach Monson is a heck of a coach. He puts a great team together. I know they're going to be well prepared. We just had to make the adjustments from last game, what we saw where they attacked us, said, making sure that we stay disciplined in our game plan. They got a great quarterback. They got some great weapons, but I believe that we have the same thing. We've got great weapons on both sides of the ball, and we're going to get the ball to the guys that we feel we can rely on. And then on defense, we're going to play as hard as we can.
And what type of energy are you hoping your guys bring into this game tonight?
Well, I talked to them today, and I told them there's two people in this world. There's people that want to be average, and there's people that want to be great. And we're all just conditioned to be average because we just want to get by. But today is not a day to get by. Today is to find a way to be great. Be great for yourself. Be great for your teammates. Be great for your family. Because, if you just want to be average, then you're going to do just the bare minimum. But if you want to be great, you're going to excel and do more.
I love that message. Thank you, Coach Strother, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports. I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports Show, here with head coach of the Sonoran Sidewinders, Coach Chad Munson. Coach Chad Munson, last time you guys played the Papago Pumas, came up a little short. What are some adjustments that are made?
Well, since then, that was our second game of the season. We've kind of gelled as a team a lot more. So we've just kind of, again, we're just focused on executing our game plan. And that's a great team over there, and they've proved it the whole season. So this is going to be a real test for our guys to see if they can maintain their composure and execute under pressure.
And like you said, early in the season, how did the change of mindset throughout the season come to be?
Our intensity level is at a high right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Varsity Sports Show as we get you set for the HJCAC Game of the Week between the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders as kickoff is underway. And we will get this thing going here with the Pumas returning to the 15 and smacked down at the 13-yard line. A physical tackle there by number 31 of the Sidewinders, Malachi Stevenson. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Ethan Troll, along with my color commentator, Blessing. Blessing, top two teams in the HJCAC Game of the Week tonight. What do you expect?
I expect a really good fight. I had an opportunity to see both of these teams compete against other teams within the HJCAC, but not against each other yet. So I'm excited to see how both of their talents match up. I know there's like a few key players on each team to look out for, but I'm excited to see how they're going to match up and battle out on the field here tonight.
Yeah, as we got the Pumas here in split back formation. Quarterback keeper on the left side. So Pumas quarterback number 1. He's going to fight and get a solid gain of about 3 there, looks like. That was quarterback number 1, Manny Deuce Pino. In his second year, 5'11", as we have a penalty on the field. And speaking of which, that is Pino down on the field, injured, as we will go to a break here for the injury.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports Show, here with head coach of the Sonoran Sidewinders, Coach Chad Munson. Coach Chad Munson, last time you guys played the Papago Pumas, came up a little short. What are some adjustments that are made?
Well, since then, that was our second game of the season. We've kind of gelled as a team a lot more. So we've just kind of, again, we're just focused on executing our game plan. And that's a great team over there, and they've proved it the whole season. So this is going to be a real test for our guys to see if they can maintain their composure and execute under pressure.
And like you said, early in the season, how did the change of mindset throughout the season come to be?
Our intensity level is at a high right now. Our guys are pretty locked in. Attendance, for everything has been great. It's exactly what we wanted coming into this season.
And are there any players lately that have really stuck out to you and helped your team both offensively and defensively?
Oh yeah, defensively, we've got dudes. Micah Scott on defense, Vel Sims, Brian Sims plays really well. That whole up front for Daniel Alavad and Logan Gardella, and Darian Zeed have all really put in stellar performances.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
All right, we are back here after the injury on the first play. Now in at quarterback for the Pumas is Brody Snyder, number 17. Let's get motion to the outside. Looking, quick pass, snagged with one hand there for a solid gain, and it'll be third down and manageable. Now the Pumas run a very modern offense. Do you expect to see that quite a bit tonight for you, Blessing?
Yeah, I do expect them to run that offense just because I feel like what works for them is that consistency, and I feel like that's what allows them to be on this winning streak that they do have. So if it's worked for them in the past, I feel like they'll continue to use that until the Sidewinders pick up on that, and they'll have to adjust and switch to something different.
Tailback, hand off to the outside. It's going to be an outside zone run. Tries to break loose and cannot get there. Hand off to number 28, Andre Shields, and gets tackled for only a short gain. But they're going to keep their offense out on the field here for now fourth down and short. Usually when it comes to short fourth down plays, you would expect a quick pass or maybe a huge run up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Blessing, what are you expecting here?
I am looking for that short pass and hopefully that long run. I feel like just because that's more safe than trying to pass it all the way down that field, that's not as secure. And we have been seeing the Sidewinders. They have pretty solid defense so far. So I think keeping it short and simple and safe is best. Oh, here we go.
And the pass is dropped right there. Sidewinders came up thinking that it was going to be a fumble there, but because of a potential backwards pass, but it goes incomplete, and it's already a turnover on downs for the Pumas on their first possession.
Yeah, kind of like I was saying before, we are seeing that defense early on with the Sidewinders.
Correction, that's now fourth down. The marker was changed prior, so now it'll be fourth down, and the Pumas will punt. Back deep to return is C.J. Williams for the Sidewinders, and he's been electric this season. He is one of those guys that makes cuts left and right, and even though he hasn't gotten amazing returns this season, he's able to make room pretty easily. The punt is underway. C.J. Williams comes up, takes it at the 44, makes another cut, and falls forward into Puma territory at the 45, and now the Sidewinders offense will take the field. And there's a lot of star players that have done really well for the Sidewinders when it comes to their 3-game win streak. Like you mentioned earlier, both teams are coming into this game with win streaks, which is great momentum. But for the Sidewinders, it's been their offense that's been performing really well as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple of players that's their forte, that's their specialty. When they're on offense, it's like a different mindset, and they go into a different mode. And it's just awesome to see all of those points rack up. The last game that I covered, they actually had 68 points. So it's just amazing, compared to 30 points for the Hawks, which that's still, a lot of points, but they're just awesome.
And a great handoff up the middle there, an inside zone run. Gets a good first down on the first play. And at quarterback is Brandon Darling, who's done a really good job this season overall with decision making and getting the ball down the field. And the thing about the Sidewinders is that they love to use multiple running backs in their run game. That was Julian Ramirez there on the carry, number 26. And if they continue to pound the rock first, we'll most likely set up the pass for them.
Yeah.
3-by-1 set. Motion to the close side. Darling scrambling. He's running backwards now and just has to get rid of the ball. And it's going to be ruled incomplete and a flag is thrown. This will most likely be two things: intentional grounding or roughing the passer, because Darling had to run 20 yards backwards. And he usually doesn't do that. He usually steps up in the pocket and tries to make the throw, but we haven't seen that very much from him this season. Yeah, it's going to be intentional grounding on the Sidewinders as they go back. And the thing about the Sidewinders in the first half is that they don't really have a lot of penalties.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they play, for the most part, I mean, football's football, but for the most part, I feel like they play a very clean game. And you don't really see many penalties from them. But maybe we will see the Pumas kind of stress them out and maybe mess up their flow a bit, or vice versa.
Yeah, the Pumas, they love to send blitzes every so often, so we'll see if they do it here in their nickel defense. Darling in shotgun. So we have a false start penalty, and we'll set back another 5 yards for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, that's 2 back-to-back. It's out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I believe now it's going to be most likely second, and it looks like it's going to be second and 35, if not second and 40. I mean, it's hard to make those kind of conversions from that distance, but we've seen it from the Sidewinders quite a bit this season too.
Yeah, we have seen it. And I will say this is probably not like ideal where you want to start off in the game, but like you said, they can do it. It's possible. It is possible with the amount of talent that they have on their team.
And I always have conversations with people about this too. When it comes to attacking deep, the middle of the field's usually wide open, and the Pumas only have one safety up high. 2-by-2 set. Darling stepping up, scrambling, throws to the outside and incomplete. He was pressured right away in the pocket there by number 65 to Juan Huckabee. First year, 6'3", 275. It's going to be really hard to keep him down.
Yeah.
Controlling the line of scrimmage like that is so difficult for both defensive and offensive lines, because when one side wins the fight in the beginning, they usually maintain that throughout most of the game. Do you feel like it's going to happen right here?
I do that. Yeah, I was kind of talking about that earlier. Like the beginning of the game kind of sets the tone for the rest of it. But yeah, we'll see right now. Here's another flag.
Another false start on the Sidewinders, and that's going to back them up to now 3rd and 37.
Yeah, it seems like they can't get their momentum up here. And like I kind of said, it's not where you want to start off, but it is possible to bounce back. You know, there's still 12 minutes in the first quarter, and we have 3 more after this. But it seems like the Pumas kind of have the upper hand right now in this very moment. So.
And for false starts too, like when it comes to games like this, the audience usually gets bigger throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, there's a decent amount of fans, but it's really quiet. So it's pretty surprising that they're making these small mistakes.
Yeah.
Already. Motion at the top, 3-by-1. Darling stepping up and is going to get taken down at the 37-yard line. The Pumas pass rush that's been very good throughout the season gets the huge sack on 3rd down, and it will force a 4th and extremely long and for the punt unit to come on.
I mean, if you're the Pumas, you got to be proud of this performance within the first couple of minutes of the game. You kind of want to see which team is going to assert dominance in a sense and show, hey, this is our game, this is what we're taking, and it seems like the Pumas are starting to do that. But maybe that will tap in, or maybe that will allow the Sidewinders to tap into a different mindset and say, hey, no, we need to get locked in. We need to get in this game.
Yeah, they're taking that momentum seriously, too, because the Pumas look like they're lining up with a bunch of guys on the line, but they get the punt away, the Sidewinders. It's going to be a fair catch at the 27-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pumas offense. It looks like we have a flag on the field as well, so we'll see who this is on. So since we're here at Mountain Point High School, this school, in its history, was known for quite a bit of playoff success, and they still are known for that today. But when it comes to their first state championship, it was back in 2013 when they went 14-0.
Nice.
They were ranked number 7 in the nation at the time, and were ranked number 1 in the state. Of course, I mean you're 14-0 in your conference, but they had head coach Norris Vaughan. I believe I said that right. Vaughan. Hopefully I said that right.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Yeah, but then he went on to coach until 2017, 2018. And ever since he left, Mountain Point has been pretty successful. I mean, this season they're 7-4 and in the playoffs. And it's really cool to be at a school like this with a lot of history behind it.
Yeah, and a very impressive program. And this is a nice field, I will say. A very nice field. I'm sure the players appreciate the grass. Just that comfort. It's nice bleachers. It's nice outside. It's a nice night for football.
Thank goodness.
Beautiful night for football.
We've been waiting for weather like this, even though it's going to be 90 degrees next week on one of the days.
Oh, wow.
Pass to the outside. Caught.
Nice.
Out of bounds there for number 11 of the Pumas, Peter Schopp, wide receiver, first year, 5'9", 165 from Apollo High School. And that was a good pass there from Brody Snyder.
Yeah, and one thing I will say about the high schools that I noticed, a lot of players on both of the rosters actually attended the same school or attended the same, like, similar high schools, or at least they're in the same district. So I'm not sure if they played with each other within the same 4 years, but just kind of having that knowledge or the similar programs is pretty nice.
Jet sweep on the outside. Good handoff. Good breakthrough. Gets tackled down low at the 43-yard line. Handoff to number 0, Brandon Kreisner, wide receiver, 5'9", 155, and that's a good gain there, setting up a 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a good play. We've seen them defensively, but this is their chance offensively to show that they're just as committed on this side of the ball as well.
Yeah, the Sidewinders consistently send 4-man rushes, and when it comes to 3rd down territory, they love to send the linebacker blitz every so often. So we'll see if we see that here. Bootleg to the outside. QB1 looking down the field, looking one-on-one, overthrown, incomplete, but there is a flag for PI. Yeah, definitely a PI call there on Brandon Kreisner. And it's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Pumas, most likely.
Yeah, and you see the sidelines cheering a bit there. And Kreisner, him taunting a bit to the Sidewinders. Got to be a good feeling to have that 1st down. That sense of security, because that would have been a nice pass, but they're in a good spot where, hey, they're in a good game.
And there's discussion between both squads right now, but they're going to bring the ball back. Yeah, they're waving the penalty off. No PI.
Oh, wow.
We're going to restart this. It's 3rd down. I'm actually kind of surprised that they waved it off, because that was some early contact there in the back.
That definitely was.
So now 3rd and short for the Pumas. Brody Snyder taking command of the offense. 2-by-2 set. Sidewinders in their three lineman, 3 linebacker set. Here comes that 3rd down blitz. A draw up the middle. Breaks to the outside to the 40 and tackled out of bounds at the 34, or almost got a horse collar penalty there for extra yards. Rushed by number 2, Jay Martin Jr., running back 6'1", 220 from Highland, where I was actually at last night being field correspondent, and that game between them and the Toros was absolutely cinema.
Yeah, that has to be those are really 2 good teams. So that had to be a great game, but also knowing that he probably came from their program. Just taking some of those skills that he's gotten from that high school, that coaching, it's applying here. He's a tough player. He wasn't able to be tackled down. So,
Yeah, that was a physical run on that blitz there.
yeah, and he was able to stay still.
Right back to him. Handoff up the middle. As he breaks free, almost had a clear pathway. And it's going to be a first down. They move the chains once again.
That's a fast player.
Yeah, his breakaway speed was good. That was actually Kreisner. That was Kreisner there, number 0. Excuse me. I thought that was Jay Martin Jr., but they gave it right back to Kreisner, who got the ball 2 plays earlier on that jet sweep. 2 running backs in the backfield. Motion, back to the outside. Right back to Kreisner. Outside run, lowers his shoulder and gets out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And now they'll be set up in the red zone.
Now, I will say I've watched the Pumas before, and there's been a couple key players that I've noticed. But number 0, Brandon Kreisner, it's a new name that I haven't seen so far, but he's proving himself to be an asset for the team for tonight, early on into the game as well.
Yeah, him and Jay Martin Jr. so far have been the offense on this drive. 2-by-2 set once again. Sidewinders in zone. Here comes the blitz. Play action to the outside. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete at the 5-yard line, and it will be third down coming up. Second down, excuse me. Brody Snyder's been under duress for the blitz, so don't be surprised if the Sidewinders decide to start sending that more often.
Yeah, I think they're going to start to send that stress that the Pumas gave them on offense. I think they're going to start to send that right back. And that's why I was so excited to see these two teams play. I feel like they both have a high IQ, and like we said before, impressive players, great coaches. So kind of seeing them go head-to-head, it'll be nice to see who picks up on the areas where they're lacking and who has a breakaway game.
Snyder over the middle, caught, running, juke, outside, there he goes, to the 5, lead blocker, dives, touchdown, Pumas. They draw first blood. Lights going on and off for the strobe lights. That was to number 13, Braden Watkins, and it will be 6-0 Pumas strike first. That's the first time we've seen strobe lights in an HJCAC game.
Agreed. Nice. And I feel like that was well-deserved. That was an amazing play. And we've been calling his name the whole entire first quarter. So it's nice to see him get that first touchdown, not only for the Pumas, but also in the game.
Yeah, that was his first, that was his first target of the game and first catch, and he made 1 catch, 1 touchdown. That's a great stat line right there.
Awesome.
Extra point, up, and good. Nearly blocked, but Colton Reyes, number 31, ended up getting it. Now it's 7-0 with 7:22 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the way that you start a game, and the Pumas are feeling it. The sidelines are hyped up, and they're ready to go. I think those strobe lights set them off.
Yeah, potentially. Maybe that's what they needed. They needed those flickering lights to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, this is not how we want to start. All the penalties on their first offensive drive.
Yep.
Right? And then the defense got chunked when it came to short plays. That's all the Pumas ran with short plays on there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that was the pick-me-up that they needed to get into the game. Now both teams are warmed up. I think the Sidewinders are like, hey, we gave it a touchdown. We cannot continue to move on to that. And the Pumas are like, hey, we gave them, or we got a touchdown, so let's continue to do that. So.
Yeah, Braden Watkins, who caught the touchdown there on that slant route, is from Texas. He's not even from from Arizona. So the thing about the Pumas too is that 12 of their players on the roster are outside of Arizona and also went to school outside of Arizona. So unlike the Sidewinders, who are more local to Arizona, the Pumas like to mix things around a bit, bring in people from Missouri and Florida and even New York.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's really.
I'm curious what allowed them to come to Arizona, but I'm sure their teammates are grateful for it.
Kickoff underway here. CJ Williams, bounce return at the 20, to the 25, breaks free, makes another cut. There he goes up the middle. 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, and down at the 20. An electric return, not by C.J. Williams, but by looks like number 11 for the Sidewinders there. What a great return.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bounced right into his hands, went right up the middle.
I feel like that is the way that you need to respond. After a touchdown, that's the way that you need to respond in the game.
I believe that was actually by number 12, Adam Sheriff, there on the return. He looked like C.J. Williams, though, on that return with those cuts. There was actually a flag there on the kickoff. Refs are in discussion. Oh, yeah, correction. That was by C.J. Williams.
Yeah, I think he's not wearing his typical number 2. He's strutting the new jersey tonight,
Yeah,
number 11.
Yeah, on our rosters, we have him as number 2, usually his normal number, but he's actually wearing number 11. And unfortunately, that penalty was on the Sidewinders, so they get taken back to the 38-yard line as a handoff here, inside zone run to Julian Ramirez, his second carry of the game. And now we have 2nd and 8.
Yeah. And after an amazing play like that by CJ, but getting that penalty and ultimately being down 7 points, what do you think that the Sidewinders need to do to come back from that past possession?
Well, you don't want to get too scared when it comes to the first quarter. I mean, anything can happen to start a game, but it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Right. So you have a lot of penalties, then you give up the touchdown. You got to go respond, and the way to do that is to put points on the board. Outside, Darling nearly intercepted. Was thrown way outside, and it goes incomplete. 3rd down. Looked like miscommunication there, too. His intended receiver ran a slant. And he tries to throw it outside, but nobody was there. But the defender. He got lucky. He threw it way out wide. Otherwise, that was going to get picked off.
Yeah, that was close to an interception. And I will say that the Pumas are being really intentional about their defense. They're paying attention to all the rules, because that could have been an interception. It was this close. So credit to them on defense.
Man coverage across the board for the Pumas here. Shotgun for the Sidewinders. Fake blitz. Darling throws. Caught. C.J. Williams tries to break one tackle, but he's a yard short and will be brought, 2 yards short, and will be brought down at the 47-yard line.
That's a tough player. He had about 4 Pumas on him. 3 to 4 Pumas. But I believe they know that he's a valuable player. So they know as soon as he gets that ball, all eyes are on him.
Yeah, definitely. C.J. Williams is one of those guys that, again, he makes plays left and right.
Yeah.
They're going to go hurry up here on 4th down. Potential hard count incoming. 2-by-2 in the single back. Darling under center. Pumas, 6 guys on the line, ready to plug up. And they call a timeout. Huge win there for the Pumas.
Yeah.
Good discipline overall on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And like we kind of said earlier, you normally see that discipline from both teams. So it is rare that the Sidewinders are kind of giving up a couple of mistakes or just a little leeway, because all it takes is a little gap for the other team that is this disciplined and this skilled to come in and take force. And the Pumas are taking every single advantage right now. I feel like that's going to set them up well. But the Sidewinders, talented team. So as long as that they calm down and stick to what works for them, what's been working for them these past couple of games, I think they'll be set. There's still a lot of game left. These couple first minutes don't set up the entire game, so I think they'll be good.
Yeah, and both of these offenses are very similar to one another.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Sidewinders is they love to run the ball to start the game. And as for the Pumas, they like to pass mainly first. So they're very similar but operate in different ways. So as the Sidewinders here get set on 4th down and short, they will still go for it. The Sidewinders are known for going on 4th and short quite often this season. They're aggressive, handoff, over the middle, fighting for more yards and gets pushed to the midfield, and it'll be a first down for the Sidewinders. Good job by the offensive line getting a push on the line of scrimmage. Now the refs came in to discuss that for a second to see if he actually got it, but from our angle, he got pushed forward, and they're going to mark it at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, when things happen like this, I feel like it's super important to tune everyone out besides your coaches, the refs, and your teammates, because you can hear a lot of chatter from the bleachers or even your teammates on the sidelines like, hey, that wasn't a first down, or hey, we should get the ball. No, you cannot have that be in your mind when you're on the field, or let that get you rattled up. You don't want any unnecessary penalties. And ultimately, the clock's going to start running, and you're going to get the ball. So if you're frazzled in the moment thinking about all the extra chatter noise, it's not good. But, yeah, hopefully the Sidewinders, they're locked in because they have a little bit to carry out.
Well, speaking of chatter noise, you had a delay of game here on the Sidewinders, and that's going to set them back even farther. Yeah. And so far, the discipline part of the game has been going to, or when it comes to winning the penalty battle, it's been all Pumas so far.
Yep, I have to agree with you on that.
Darling under center, motion to the tight end, close side, back to the other. Breakthrough, run, good gain right there. Almost a first down. Hand off to Ramirez again. And they almost got a first down there. That was actually number 25, Xavier Armenta. He plays linebacker as well, so it's kind of nice to see that linebacker running back two-way player nearly got the first down on a good run.
Yeah.
Second down here. 3-by-1 set like they've been running most of the season. Puma linebackers up on the line. Handoff over the middle to number 25, and he's going to get taken down and go absolutely nowhere. This Puma's front seven has done a really good job overall when it comes to the A-gaps.
Yeah, I have to agree. They're not allowing any room for the Sidewinders to get anywhere. They're not allowing them to have any progress, so.
And I want to correct myself there. That was actually number 25, Torrey Gray, for running back. I apologize. I read the wrong name with the wrong number.
No, yeah, there's a lot of duplicates on these rosters, so we're all given some grace.
Well, Gray has also been a good versatile back for them too, being used for both in the pass and the run game. As it looks like here, 3rd and short for the Sidewinders. They are going jumbo package here, only one out wide. Motions 2 guys to the outside. The battle of the trenches right here, 3rd and short. Hand off to the right side. Gray absolutely stuffed once again on the right side of the line. My goodness, this front seven for the Pumas is showing up, and it forces a 4th down.
Yeah, and you can hear it in the stands here. The Pumas definitely have their home crowd riled up, It's a very entertaining game for their side of the ball, I would say. You know, it's probably frustrating for the Sidewinders, but a lot of game left.
And this has kind of started how their last matchup went. The Pumas ended up winning 26-23. It came down to the last play of the game. Sidewinders tried to throw a Hail Mary, and it went incomplete. A good overall battle between both their offenses and defenses. So this is like deja vu to that last matchup. 2-by-2 set on 4th down. We got a timeout called by the Pumas before the play was snapped. It was going to be an inside handoff. But the Pumas got the timeout because the defense was not set. So good timeout by head coach of the Pumas, William Strother.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Munson of the Sidewinders, what would you be telling your team right now to kind of regroup them back into this game?
Get out of your own head.
Yeah, as simple as that, really.
As simple as that. And when it comes to penalties, that's what they got to clean up, especially like false starts, delay of game. They only had one delay of game penalty, but the false starts especially have set them back.
Yeah,
by
it
far.
racks up. It definitely does make a difference. I feel like that first penalty in the first quarter or just in the beginning of the game, hey, you don't want penalties, but it's like, okay, you're fine. But then once they start to rack up and you find yourself on the total opposite end or almost in your end zone, it's it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good feeling. I oppose. But
Going on 4th down again, wide receiver Aiden Sullivan, one-on-one on the outside. So we got a big stack here on the far end. Motion down low. They love doing that. Quarterback keeper, he gets pressured right away. Just gonna chuck up a prayer, and it's intercepted. Intercepted and out of bounds at the 35-yard line for the Pumas. And they will take over. And my goodness, it's been all Pumas this first quarter.
Yeah. And that was Kavion Belcher. He's actually from Chandler, Arizona, and went to Chandler. That's a great football program. Actually attended Chandler myself, but once again, all of the skills that they've had before coming onto this team, it all shows here. You don't learn that in 1 week. You don't learn that in one season. All the skills that you've racked up and accumulated for the past couple of years, it all shows out here on the floor. Like I kind of mentioned before, these are guys that probably played against each other in high school. They might played with one another, but they've probably been opponents this whole entire time. So very interesting to see.
Bootleg to the outside. Deep shot. Could have been intercepted by number 5, Darian Zeeb there. If he would have looked up sooner, that was another easy interception. Second one probably of the game combined, and now we have 2nd and long. And going back to that last play, Darling was pressured almost immediately, or actually he was pressured immediately, and he tried to throw the ball up, but he threw it to a group of 5 Pumas there. So not a great play under pressure, but that's what's been working for both of these defenses, is sending the extra guy in.
Yeah. I'd have to agree.
2 running backs in the backfield again for the Pumas. They've been running this quite a bit this season. Motion to the outside. Pass over the middle. Caught by number 0. Down at the 36-yard line. Brandon Kreisner there for the solid gain. Another quick slant route. Once again, they've been running that a few times tonight.
Yeah, I think they have a good flow and movement going on here, offensively and defensively. I'd say it's very impressive, and they haven't really had that many mistakes or faults, I'd say.
No, not really.
Yeah, because mistakes are inevitable, but the way that they are able to just quickly get their head back into the game and go into the next play, very impressive.
Snyder looking deep, gets pressured, is going to take the shot. He had a wide open Brandon Kreisner there to beat out the 2 safeties, and it goes incomplete, overthrown over the head by 5 yards. 29 seconds to go here in the 1st and 4th down, excuse me. And they are actually going to bring their special teams unit on and punt the ball away. A good win for the Sidewinders to respond on defense. Giving up the touchdown on the last drive, and now you get a 3 and out. That's gotta make the head coach proud.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they just need to get out of their head. Really, that's as simple as it is. Take this first quarter to reflect on the mistakes and just bounce back. Second quarter.
As the Pumas get set here to punt, low snap. He's gonna try and get it off, and just got it off as the Sidewinder ended up getting pressure, and it's going to be shanked out of bounds. They're going to mark it 35. Ref is down at the 40-yard line, and it will be Sidewinder ball. They got lucky there.
They did. They definitely did.
It was a low snap, bounced. Thankfully, it went right to the hands of the punter there. He ended up just barely getting that off.
Yeah.
They could have been so much worse. Now, what worked for the Sidewinders on the last drive was their inside run game. Do they go back to that?
I definitely think that they should at least try it, you know? There's 23 seconds left. Why not? If not, you always have another play to adjust and try something different, try something new.
Yeah, they have 2 running backs in the backfield here. And when it comes to running the inside blitzes, it's worked about 75% of the time, but the other 25% was because the Pumas put a bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage. Right now they have 4 linemen and 3 linebackers in. Darling taking the snap, steps up, takes the deep shot, one-on-one for Dylan White.
Ooh.
Went right into his hands, and it bounced out incomplete. Great play by the Pumas to make sure the safety came down and knocked the ball out, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was an amazing pass, too. He was just this close from catching that. That would have been awesome for the Sidewinders there. But the Papago Pumas, hey, what can you say about that team? They've been showing out all quarter.
Well, I was just going to say their defense is playing really well so far.
Yes,
Still haven't allowed a point, even though it's only the first quarter. They've been very physical. It was a good route.
Great.
Yeah, a good route by Dylan White right there on the post, but the safety came down and just laid out a good legal physical hit to the chest. 2x2 set in shotgun for Darling. One-on-one coverage for the Pumas everywhere. Dylan in motion. Handoff to number 32, but he cannot go anywhere as the seconds tick away here in the first quarter. 4, 3, 2, 1. End of the first quarter, 7-0 Pumas. And we will send it down to our sideline reporter as we get an update on the game.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports Show here again at Mountain Point High School, where the Sonoran Sidewinders are trailing the Papago Pumas 7-0. Papago Pumas have scored 1 singular touchdown. Brandon Krisner had a 16-yard rushing touchdown to put the Pumas on top. So we will see what's up next in the second quarter. I'm Anissa Reynolds.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here. Starting the second quarter, 7-0 Pumas. And the Sidewinders have the ball here to start. Bunch set down low. Out of the gun, Darling sends a man in motion. So we have an encroachment penalty here. We saw it close to us on the Pumas. Number 14, Marquise Owens, defensive back. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty here. And it'll set up now third. Yeah, 3rd and 6. They just corrected it there on the scoreboard. So now instead of 3rd and long, you have 3rd and manageable.
Yeah.
What do you call here?
Well, I do think that they should continue to do that, their running game there, just because it is manageable now.
Now we'll see what they call. Man in motion once again. Darling stepping up, looking for that deep shot. That's a duck in the air, nearly intercepted. Had all the space for the pick, doesn't end up getting it, and it will be incomplete, but there is a penalty on the play.
Yeah, we see Coach Struther talking to the refs there, trying to see what his play is, what call he thought it would be.
Well, they're going to call it pass interference there, but that's kind of surprising because we heard him from here. The ball was tipped, and it was. It was tipped as the ball was leaving Darling's hands, but the refs don't think the same, and it's going to be an automatic first down for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important to get good standing within that first quarter because of things like this that are out of your control. You know, the refs have the final say, but they are on the board at the end of the day. The Pumas are on the board, so ultimately they're in a good spot.
Motion inside as Michael Anthony, as he gets the handoff up the middle. He's fighting really hard for a solid gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Sidewinders coming up. It's the first time we said Michael Anthony's name.
Yeah, and Michael Anthony, he's actually really, really good for the Sidewinders. The last game that I had, he had 3 touchdowns for them.
Wow.
2 within the same quarter. So I'm excited to see what he shows tonight. Hopefully he's just warming up right now and he has a great game later on. But yeah, I'm excited.
CJ Williams motioning to the top. 2-by-2 set. Motioning back. Deep shot down the sideline. 1-on-1 for Dylan White. Incomplete. It was just thrown up in the air because a flag was down. I believe it's going to be offsides here for the Pumas. And that's why they let the play out. Yep, it will be encroachment on the defense, and it'll be another 5 yards.
Wow. Now, this is great news for the Sidewinders, though. You know, I mean, you got to be happy. They're kind of getting back those penalties that they were giving. Hopefully that they use this to their advantage and that they're able to get closer to that end zone, a touchdown, anything to get them on that board.
Well, yeah, now they're 30 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
Motioning to the outside. Hand off to the left side, man. They cannot get. Well, that was Michael Anthony there on the play, but when it comes to those outside runs, they haven't been able to do much. Great play by the Pumas front 4.
Yeah, the Pumas are not giving them any room, any space to breathe.
Yeah, especially
that's great defense.
Yeah, on the outside runs definitely, but on those A and B gaps, they've been doing a pretty good job against their front 7. It's just they got to find a way to bounce the ball to the outside or just keep attacking up the gut.
Yeah.
2 running backs in the backfield again. Pumas. Darling looking, pumps, fires, deep shot. Dylan White wide open. Couldn't have been easier for him. Touchdown, Dylan White. As a flag will be thrown because he pointed to the defender. He cooked right there, Jacob Dominguez. And it'll be, they're going to rule it a touchdown, but it looks like it'll be a penalty after the play, of course.
Yeah, he seems a bit frustrated there. A little bit of taunting. Hey, but that was an amazing play, amazing catch. Great touchdown. So you got to be proud about that. And if he's able to make this field goal, then it would be a tie ball game.
Well, let's see what's going on here. Even the refs have their hands up in the air like, wait, what are we calling here? But the offense is going off the field now. They're discussing the penalty. Touchdown's good. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Dylan White. And it'll be enforced on the kickoff. So the touchdown stands. A good play by Dylan White there. He shook off Dominguez on the one-on-one coverage. It's just the taunting penalty, though, unnecessary.
Yeah. 100% agree, but I don't feel like it was that bad.
The extra point is set and underway. Good snap, good hold, kick up and good. As the game is now tied 7-7 with 13-18 to go here in the second quarter. Good response by the
100%.
Sidewinders.
100%. I think that they responded well and good timing, too. You know, you don't want to get too far into the game where you have to cover up so much ground. So I think they responded pretty well. And it wasn't because the Pumas were doing terribly. They played amazing defense. They really did. So that just shows how much the Sidewinders had to fight to get those 7 points. They earned that 7 points because the Pumas gave them a fight. And they've been giving them a fight this whole entire game. So
yeah, and Dylan White is arguably the main star of this team overall. In the game that he had against ACU, where they won 21-17, I believe the score was, he had a fumble recovery, an interception, the game-winning touchdown, and he also, on an extra point attempt, he muffed the snap, but he ended up recovering it and went to the outside and passed it to an eligible receiver for a 2-point conversion. So he basically made plays on all phases of that game.
Nice.
So he's a good two-way player and overall their best player when it comes to offense.
yeah, and that's the type of player that you need to fill in multiple gaps and to fill in where another teammate might be lacking or short for that day.
Jameer Gutierrez here up to kick at the 20-yard line after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty from White. Good kick. It will be returned at the 22 to the 30, 35. Tries to make a couple cuts outside, but taken down at the 38-yard line, and that's where the Pumas offense will set up.
That was good, but when you have that shot, just make sure you hold it. You don't want to
These two teams are really showing why they're the top two teams. We got a tie game, but it's a pretty physical matchup.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And now all of the skills that we were looking forward to and the players that we were looking forward to, it seems like they're starting to show out a little bit now. The game's starting to heat up. You know, you're starting to hear it a little bit on the side here.
Yeah, these two teams know each other pretty well, and both of these head coaches and staff know how the last game went. It came down to the wire, as we mentioned it earlier on the broadcast, and so far it still seems to be like it. Good response, good response. We'll see what the Pumas do here. Hand off to the outside, makes it cut back over the middle. And instead of going into the gap that he was supposed to go in, he goes out. That was Cameron Cook there, number 4, I believe, on the handoff. And it was a solid gain, made something out of nothing. Now the Pumas are starting to copy the Sidewinders a little bit with running on first down. 2 tailbacks in the backfield. 2 wide. Handoff to Cook again. Almost gets the first down. A little bit of tug in there. It'll be 3rd and short. They're subbing in Peter Shope, number 11, wide receiver here. Taking out Kavion Belcher, who also plays defensive back as well. There's quite a bit of two-way players for both of these teams.
Yeah.
2-by-2 set. Running back in the backfield. Sidewinders with the 3rd down blitz, as they're known for, but is he going to get it? Breakaway, number 2, Jay Martin Jr. Touchdown, Pumas.
Nice.
Red carpet touchdown. Great blocks overall. And now the Pumas take the lead 13-7. There's the strobe lights. What a great run by Jay Martin Jr. from Highland High School, Arizona.
Yeah, that's an amazing play, an amazing response from the last touchdown, showing that it's going to be a back and forth game. Like, we're not going to allow you to get too comfortable. Yeah, that's the way you show out. It really is.
Well, with the way these two teams have scored so far, 1 touchdown per quarter so far,
Yeah.
this is most likely going to end up in the high 20s, low 30s. Extra point, good snap, good hold, up, good pressure by the Sidewinders, but cannot get the block, and it will be good. That is definitely going to be a penalty right there on the Sidewinders. Smart of him to at least go to the sideline to cool off.
Yeah, before it gets any worse.
Yeah, if you're going to take your helmet and throw it off out of frustration, wait to do it until the sideline. Extra point is good. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Sidewinders. There might have been Amari right there.
Yes.
Number 6. Not sure what he reacted for there. I mean,
I think there was a little tussle between two players where, like, they rumbled and toiled over each other. And then his teammate pulled him up, and I can tell he was just frustrated, but can't afford to do that when you're down 7 points, you know. And I think a lot of players fail to realize, and this is in sports in general, even in life lesson, guys, that whatever you do when you're in a team affects the rest of your team. So because he got frustrated, now the whole entire team gets a penalty, you know, that kind of sets them back a little bit. Yeah, and it amps the Pumas up even more.
yeah, as now that penalty will set the kickoff unit at the 50-yard line. And like you mentioned earlier, it's a battle of discipline too.
Yeah.
Football isn't just a physical sport, it's a mental game too. Kickoff underway.
100%.
Low kick bounce returned by Williams at the 4-yard line. Makes a couple cuts there. He's still up on his feet and is taken down right at the 30-yard line on a physical takedown, and it'll be first down for the Sidewinders offense.
Now that's a tough player. You kind of talked about how shifty he is with his cuts and everything, but yeah, he's super fast too. Super fast and very efficient whenever he gets that ball. And I definitely do think that the Pumas understand that. So that's why they leech onto him, you know, when he gets those balls. But that doesn't drag him down either.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And the big thing about CJ is he's a big contributor to special teams, but
Yeah.
every week we've been seeing him get more involved in the offensive game plan, whether that's putting him in the backfield here and there or putting him in slot or out wide. He's getting a lot more opportunities.
Yeah. 100%. And he's fulfilling those tasks in those positions.
And they're putting Kavion Belcher again on Dylan White, who ended up giving up the touchdown to Dylan earlier in the game. Handoff up the middle, but stuffed right away and crushed at the line of scrimmage. Good play by defensive tackle right there to get the one-on-one pressure and take him down. And now if you're the Pumas here, with that momentum on defense, keep bringing the pressure, because that's what they've been doing consistently against the Sidewinders.
Yeah.
3-by-1 set. Running back right to Darling's right. CJ in motion. Handoff up the middle. Makes a cut. Makes one more and gets taken down at the 32-yard line. Number 36, Bentley Corbin there for the Sidewinders, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, and that last play, that last tackle there by the Pumas, Aram Diaz, 6'3", 305. I would not want to be hit by him.
No, I'm 5'9" and 150. I mean, he's.
I would not want to be hit by them.
No.
And he also is from Hamilton. That's also an amazing football program and has been for decades.
Yeah, they had an amazing comeback against Chandler.
Yeah.
The Chandler Wolves last night in Chandler. They were down 34-13 and won, I believe, 55-41. It was an incredible comeback.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's a very anticipated game of the year, Battle of AZ Ave.
Darling, quick pass over the middle to CJ, but too high and incomplete. Correction, that was second down, and now it will be third down and long. And there we go, getting CJ involved in this offense. They tried to give him an opportunity there, but Darling just threw a little too high. But CJ was open. He's been getting open quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to take a little break here. But, yeah, he's been contributing very well for these Sidewinders here.
Two running backs on third down. One potential extra blocker. Both of them are blocking. Stepping up. Darling to Dylan White. Caught at the 48 and smacked out of bounds at the 48. And the clock will run. A solid catch for Dylan, his second of the game. And it'll be a huge first down for the Sidewinders. Dylan White actually had to stop his route and wait for the ball to come to him. That's how open he got.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You rather have to change your position because you're there up and early than scramble, you know, and try to find the position because you're there a little late. So, great IQ by him.
Two running backs in the backfield. One in motion to the top. Handoff up the middle. Good cut, but swallowed up almost right away. It's his second tackle for a loss by number 99, Iram Diaz, defensive lineman. Second year, 6'3", 305, like you mentioned earlier. He's been really good in the trenches overall.
Yeah. I think something that works well for both of these teams, you kind of talked about how they're two-way players, but they're able to utilize whatever position and do it well.
Yeah, you got to take the most of your opportunities, especially when you play on both sides of the ball. Two running backs, both blocking once again. Throw right over the middle. Incomplete. Intended receiver, Kieran Earhart there. And it'll force a third down coming up. And that's a name that's the first time we've said his name tonight, Kieran Earhart, who Coach Chad Monson for the Sidewinders mentioned that he was going to be someone to watch out for tonight, but that's only just his first target of the game.
Yeah, agreed. And kind of like I was kind of saying, hopefully the players are warming up a little bit. We still have a lot of game left, you know, but we are slowly but surely starting to say more names that we haven't called out so far. It seems like everyone kind of wants a little bit of the ball. Everyone wants to eat a little bit from this game, so.
Who doesn't want to touch the ball?
Hey.
3-by-1 set. Zone coverage for the Pumas. Darling shot again to Earhart. Incomplete. Just short. Earhart was coming back, but the ball already hit the ground by the time he turned, and it'll be a fourth down with the punt unit coming on. Good stop by the Pumas.
Yeah. That would have been a nice catch, too, if he was able to.
Oh, yeah, it would have been.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great. Yeah, he had his feet ready to go, honestly. But, again, as he turned around, the ball already hit the ground. And a missed opportunity and a missed connection there.
Yeah, the timing was just slightly off, but the right idea.
As for one of the rare times tonight, the Sidewinders are going to punt. They've only punted twice tonight. Kick underway. Return by... Not going to be a return, but it's going to take a nice roll to the 5-yard line. An excellent punt by the Sidewinders. That was number 30, Michael Singh. 5'7", 150, Red Mountain High School. That was his best punt of the night. Wow, you love to see the ball take a good, nice roll like that to make your punt look a little better.
Yeah, you kind of saw some of the players blowing some air figuratively there to see if it could go a couple more yards. But no, that was an awesome punt for Michael Singh there.
You know, it's so funny. My friends and family members talk to me about football and ask questions, and they're like, "Who's the biggest contribution that you think that not many people talk about?" And I say special teams, without a doubt. Those plays that they make. Hand off to the outside here. Ball pops free on the fumble. There's a fight for it, and it will be Sidewinders football. Recovered by number 15, Logan Gardella there. 6'3", 215 from Boulder Creek High School. And the Sidewinders will set up right at the 10-yard line. The first turnover of the game for either squad.
Yeah, and here's where we're starting to see that back and forth battle there. You can't make the tiny mistakes. Like I said, it's inevitable as long as you recover. But if you don't recover, the other team's right there on your back.
Yeah, Jay Martin Jr. had a hole right there, but the defensive end came in and just smacked him hard with the helmet. Ball pops out and is recovered by the Sidewinders. And now, if you're the offense, this is the time to respond.
Yep.
This is where they want to utilize their running backs, too. They have a triple-headed monster in all three of their guys. So, punch it right up the gut.
Yeah. I definitely think it's time to start exercising new options, different paths, different routes.
Two tight ends on the right side here. And the pistol, Dylan White motioning to the bottom. Darling, snap, handoff. Tries to find anywhere to go, but he goes backwards 3 yards there. That was Bentley Corbin on the carry, but that front four of the Pumas busted right up all guts again, and it'll be 2nd and long.
The Pumas defense has been second to none tonight. It's been completely annihilating the Sidewinders where they're not able to get much ground whatsoever. And they've been kind of consistent with that defense there. So
yeah, when it comes to their run plays, they've actually, when it comes to shotgun handoffs, the Sidewinders have been doing good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a direct snap and Darling turning around to hand off, hasn't been working out too well.
Agreed.
Speaking of Darling, quick pass up top, incomplete, flag on the play. Defensive pass interference incoming on Kieran Earhart there. Tight coverage, but a little too good. And it'll be a first down.
yeah, I definitely do think that it's manageable or doable for them to get a touchdown this close. They're a talented squad. As long as they patch up that like miscommunication that they've been having, they'll be set. That's really the main thing. The miscommunication and also them just being in their head and being able to stay calm and level-headed. So for the most part, all non-physical stuff, not the physical stuff, not the skill stuff. Everything else, they're pretty much set on.
Yeah, it seems like it here, and may as well take advantage of the opportunity given to you here. Ref stop the play. Timeout Pumas. We're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break. 14-7 Pumas with 8:17 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports here with the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders, where we are almost all tied up. Both the Sonoran Sidewinders and the Papago Pumas have scored a touchdown in this second quarter. There's still 8 minutes left, and Papago actually just fumbled on their 10-yard line. So the Sonoran Sidewinders are trying to score off of that. We will see what's left in this 8-minute quarter. I'm Anissa Reynolds.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. 8:17 to go here in this tight contest. 14-7 Pumas. Sidewinders with the ball at the 5-yard line, ready to go ahead and try and tie this game up. Darling looking outside, quick pass, caught but smacked, and it goes incomplete. Great play by number 9, Jeremiah Bethea, a wide receiver, but also cornerback as well. Good play by the veteran DB.
Yeah, that was a really hard hit. Good pass, but I don't know how you can respond from a hit like that. That was very impactful.
Yeah, that was intended for Bentley Corbin again. We've been saying his name quite a bit. They're giving the bigger back more opportunities to get the ball, and he had it in his hands. But again, physicality beats skill.
Yeah.
For the most part.
When done correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
3-by-1 set. Darling scrambles out to the top. He's just going to try and take off. No, he lobs it to the back of the end zone. Smart play by QB1. Passing touchdown for the Sidewinders. 1 point away from tying at 14. That was a heads-up play there by Darling. I thought he was going to take off, but instead he lobs it up to the back of the end zone for his intended receiver. And that's now his second passing touchdown of the game.
Yeah. Has to be a good feeling if you're the Sidewinders. Seems like their family or friends are excited. I heard like a megaphone over there. Someone saying, "Let's go Sidewinders." I heard it all the way from over here, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
8:07 left in the game. Good snap, good hold. Nearly blocked, but it is up and good. We are tied 14-all here in the second quarter. Good response on the takeaway for the Sidewinders defense on the first play of the last drive for the Pumas. And they take advantage right here and tie the game.
Yeah. That's why it's important to just take control every single time that there is a little bit of a gap. Try to get that lead. Because you can never be too far ahead. You can never be too much in the lead. And we've seen that with the Pumas. Someone who might not be as knowledgeable might think like, hey, they're up. They got the game. No. The way that this game works, it's super easy. You're getting 6 points at a time, you know?
Right.
So it's just important to kind of get that foot up. But, yeah, the Sidewinders, great response. Amazing response.
You got to give credit where it's due, though. That Pumas front four, especially the front four, has done a great job at bringing pressure in the run game and pass game, and he was nearly sacked on the play, Darling, but good heads-up play to roll out and make the play. Kickoff now underway. He's going to return from his own end zone. Makes a couple cuts, but is swallowed up at the 15-yard line. First down, Pumas. And we'll see if they respond from their one-play turnover on the last drive. The Pumas offense has been pretty consistent overall tonight. But now with this drive coming up, with 8 minutes to go, who do you expect to be the big target to go to?
I definitely have to say Kirstner. He's been someone that we've been calling the entire game. Either him or Jay Martin. But, yeah, number 0, once he gets that ball, it's like a bulldozer. And he actually – it worked in his favor, really. He got that touchdown for them, so.
Yeah, he's a good physical player, as they've shown tonight. Handoff, cut to the outside. He's going to get taken down. Oh, no, he's still up. Everybody's fighting, and he's pushing him forward for more yardage. I thought he was down at the 5, but he gets pushed to the 20-yard line and it's going to be a gain of, or it's going to be a good gain, and the chains will move for a first down. Wow, that was really physical.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Both lines of scrimmages, or both defensive and offensive linemen, were fighting really hard to push back and push forward, but the Pumas pack pushed forward for a first down. You don't really see a lot of plays like that in a modern offense.
Yep.
Single back wing, hand off to the outside. Hanging off the jersey was a Sidewinder. He's going to get taken down there at, seems to be close to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be a small gain of 3, second down. Back-to-back runs for the Pumas, and it's been a good start for them. May as well keep pounding the rock, right?
Yeah, I agree. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's right. 3-by-1, no, 2-by-2 set it once again. In motion. Pass to the outside, caught a little short, but immediately tackled on the sideline. Sidewinders got hyped up for that, and it'll be 3rd and short, or 3rd and medium, excuse me. Good pass there by Brody Snyder, but again, the corners for the Sidewinders have been pretty consistent when it comes to tight coverage, and right there for the instant tackle, it's got to add a spark, especially to that sideline.
Yes, 100%. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's very visible when both teams are amped up on both sides. You can definitely feel it. You can hear it. You can see it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Sidewinders. Here comes that blitz again. Intercepted. Pick 6 to the house. 10-5. Touchdown. Sidewinders. Dylan, yeah, I believe that's actually Dylan White there. Yep, Dylan White. 2 touchdowns, 1 on O, and now 1 on D.
Oh, there's going to be a flag there.
Yeah, another flag's going to be thrown for excessive celebration, but either way, Dylan White, he is playing like the MVP of this game.
Yeah, yeah. And we kept talking about possible interceptions there, but that's the first one that was completed. That was a finished interception, finished play for the touchdown there.
Yeah, the fact that he's scored now once on both sides of the ball is incredible. And again, going back to that ACU game, he made plays on all phases, and here he is again making plays on all phases. Well,
Yeah.
so far on 2 of the 3 phases. We'll see now. He's got to add that. He's got to check off that 3rd one on the list, and that's special teams.
Yeah. It's just pretty awesome to see multiple players that I've personally seen excel in multiple positions, or being a well-rounded player, just because I feel like that's going to set them up if they do want to play at a higher level, whether it's collegiate or professional, just because whatever role, they're like, hey, I've done that. You need me here? I've done that too.
Right.
I've done this twice. Like, I just think it's awesome to see them excel in different positions here.
So that excessive celebration is going to be enforced on the kickoff. And now the extra point is going to get set here, 20-14 so far for the Sidewinders. This is the extra point. Snap, hold, up, and good once again. This now makes it 21-14 for the Sidewinders.
Back and forth game.
That's all you can ask for, right? Is a good balance, game for both sides of the ball. I mean, of course, there's fans that love explosive, high-scoring offensive touchdowns and all that, but this has been a good mix of good defensive and good offensive plays.
Yeah, and we kind of predicted that too, talking about earlier in the game and giving our observations from previous games, seeing how both of these teams play and talking about how they're going to match up here. So we did predict that it'll be a great game, and so far it has been a really good game. We did see it's been straight Pumas those first couple of minutes, but the Sidewinders, they did not take that lightly. And it's just like that, now they're in the lead.
Yeah, on that pick six right there for the Sidewinders, Snyder tried to throw the quick curl route, but Dylan White was all over it. He baited Snyder to throw that quick pass, came down, picked it off, and it was a red carpet touchdown for him. As the Sidewinders kick it off at the 50-yard line after the penalty, return at the 5, makes a cut at the 10, tries to bounce outside to the 15, lowers his shoulder and gets taken down at the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Bethea on the return, and we will see the Pumas offense come out. So that is now back-to-back drives with a turnover. So far the Sidewinders, when you win the turnover battle, you're most likely going to win this game. But again, this is only the first half.
Yeah. One thing that I have learned with these games is you really can't predict what's going to happen. Unless it's a complete straight blowout, you can kind of give observations. But literally, you blink your eye, and the entire game has flipped. And I feel like that's what's the most exciting watching these games.
Yeah, especially right now because the Pumas were up 14-7. Now they're down by 7. Handoff to the outside, and the Sidewinders front 7 is now showing up against the run game of the Pumas. And that will force a second down. The Pumas won the first battle with the entire offensive line pushing forward on the last drive. But then right there, they didn't show up.
Yeah, I think consistency is key. You know, you can have one good play, you can have 10. But if you have 50 in a game, you know, consistency is really what's going to drive you to that end, to that win ultimately.
Right. Motion to the bottom. Pumas. Good snap. Shot to the outside, nearly picked off again by Dylan White. There's a flag down, and it was caught, pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is here. Taking a little bit to discuss this penalty here. And now we'll have it here. Holding on the Pumas. That sets them back 10 yards. They'll be right back where they started when they gave up the pick 6.
Yeah, it kind of seems like the tables have turned here. We did see the Sidewinders receive a lot of penalties when they were on offense because of what their players were doing offensively, but now we're kind of seeing that here with the Pumas. It's a well-balanced game.
And off on the inside, makes a cut out, had the space, but gets taken down for only a short gain there. And it is now going to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and the Sidewinders, they are loud. They are loud. It's literally, like I said, a turn of the table because the Pumas, it's dead silence here. And that was how the Sidewinders sounded a couple minutes ago, just a couple minutes ago. And now they're loud like they have the strobing flashing lights.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of the strobe lights, though, since their second touchdown.
Yep.
Let's see how they respond on 3rd and long. Takes the snap. It's just going to take off and slides down, and that was that's their other quarterback, Manny Pino there. 5'11", 155, Mesa High School from Mesa, Arizona. They're putting him at QB now. Very mobile overall, but again, no room to work with there as the punt unit comes on for the Pumas.
Yeah, not the best possession for the Pumas there.
Yeah, film the punt.
It's not what you want, especially when you're down. But I don't know. I feel like they're a very talented team. They'll find a way to bounce back. I feel like they haven't been too mentally taxed this game yet. So they'll find a way to bounce back.
We shall see as Corden Reyes comes up to get the punt off, and C.J. Williams back deep to return.
He's already in the shot. I don't know what I'm saying.
Refs making sure the ball's spotted correctly. Sidewinders ready to go for the block. They will not, though. Punt is underway. C.J. Williams takes the bounce, return at the 40, makes a cut, makes one cut, flag on the play as he goes to the 45, makes one more move, another move, shifty as a human joystick to the 40, 35, 30, electric return, and gets smacked out of bounds at the 22-yard line. But we'll see what the flag is here. It might be coming back. Either way, a great return by C.J. Williams.
Yeah, C.J. Williams, you can't really put him into words.
Woo, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, you just got to watch him. But I didn't see, was that on the Sidewinders or?
Yeah, the refs are discussing it right now. It looks like it will be coming back.
Yeah, I will say one thing in football, I'd be so frustrated if I made a play like that and then we had to go all the way back.
It happens more often than you think.
Yeah, it's actually pretty common. It's pretty common. But nonetheless, amazing play.
It's gonna be
That's a great player.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It looks like a personal foul on the Sidewinders there, and it's gonna be. It'll still be first down, but that punt return that punt return is now taken all the way back, and since it was returned at the 40, it'll be marked down at the 27-yard line. And for the Sidewinders, again, you've responded really well, being down 14-7, scoring 14 unanswered points.
Yes.
And with another opportunity to go up 28-14 potentially with 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go, this is where you now run your 2-minute offense.
Yeah.
3-by-1 wide receiver set. Darling in the gun. 4-man rush. Darling swallowed up. He just dumps it off to the side. Pumas looking for intentional grounding. Darling got smacked hard going to the ground, but he's able to get up with his own will. And it's just going to jog back to the line to his huddle. Good pressure again by the Pumas.
Yeah. That's something that they do very well. I'm curious to see what their defensive strategies are.
Yeah, they're going to throw a flag here now for intentional grounding. The ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and it will be a second down and very long for the Sidewinders. Yeah, Darling tried to get the ball off there, but there was also nobody there at all. It was better to just take the sack. And now you go back even farther, and the ball is now set up at the 18-yard line. Two running backs in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Got a small crease and a small gain there, but not enough to make it a third and manageable, as we are now at second and long once again for this Sidewinders offense. And now we hit the 2-minute warning officially, as we will go back. We will go to a break. 21-14 Sidewinders. We'll be right back on the Varsity Sports Show.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
We're back here at the Varsity Sports Show. 21-14, 2 minutes to go here in this first half with the Sidewinders with the ball 3rd and long with 2 running backs in the backfield once again. One in motion to the outside. And they're just going to take the handoff. Oh, fumble. The ball popped out as it looks like it was recovered by the Sidewinders. Thank goodness for that. And now it sets up a 4th and long as the Pumas call a timeout to stop the clock with 1:50 to go. Ooh. Sidewinders avoided disaster there.
Yeah, great recovery because you cannot afford a fumble, a turnover this late.
Actually, nobody called a timeout there. They stopped the clock for a second, but now it's going to be ticking with 1:35 to go. I'm surprised the Pumas haven't called a timeout. They still have 2 left. Or no, excuse me, they have 1 left. And they're going to save it, looks like, for the upcoming offensive drive.
Yeah.
Snap is up. And the punt is underway. The ball bounced off of a Sidewinder right there, and it bounced to the 40, looked like the 46-yard line is where they're going to mark it. Excuse me, the 49 of the Sidewinders, and it'll be first down Pumas with 1:09 to go. And once again, instead of, it was almost a turnover there. Usually when you have a crowd of people or a crowd of players around, the signal's Peter, 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 like get out of the way, so that way it doesn't hit you and causes a turnover. But thankfully for the Pumas case, it hit a Sidewinder, and it's still their ball. 3-by-1 set. We're going to probably see consistent passing here. Jay Martin Jr. motioning to the right side. Bootleg to the right side. Comes back. Deep shot over the middle. Intercepted. Oh, not a good throw and good decision there as it is returned by the Sidewinders to the 45. Out of bounds at the 45. Number 5, Darian Zeeb, who almost got an interception earlier in the game and now gets one right there. And we have a late flag as well.
And that's the second interception for Sidewinders there. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, each team now with 2 takeaways.
Yeah.
Darian Zeeb had an easy one there. As for Pumas quarterback Pino, he tried to make that shot over the middle to number 0, Brandon Kreisner, but just couldn't get enough power on the throw, and it got picked off by Zeeb. The penalty is a personal foul. Oh, it's on roughing the passer for the Sidewinders. So the interception will be negated, and it's going to be a first down for the Pumas. Oh,
wow.
Man, that's a backbreaker for the Sidewinders.
Crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the world of modern football now, you can barely breathe around the quarterback. That's worst case scenario for the Sidewinders, especially when you get a critical takeaway there and to put your team nearly in field goal range, but now you're going the opposite way. 58 seconds to go here in this second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. 2x2 set.
No, we won't do it right as it happens, but just make sure you start getting her ready, so that way when they sign off to happen.
Here comes the blitz for the Sidewinders. Takes a snap, steps up, gets wrapped up at the 40-yard line. A sack for the Sidewinders. Quarterback Xavier Newman now in the game for the Pumas, and that's a great sack by, I believe, number 39. Because now they're going to go hurry up here for the Pumas. Takes a snap, gets pressured right away, flags all over the field, looking around, trying to find somebody, throws down the field, caught for the touchdown. One-on-one coverage. Durain DJ Franklin there on the touchdown reception. But there is a flag on the play, so we'll see if this comes back. Franklin just stretched right over the top of that defensive back there.
Yeah.
He barely even had to do anything for that reception. Coach William talking to the refs about the penalty there, but this play will come back and that touchdown will be negated. With 25 seconds to go, a good aggressive shot overall, but when a penalty like that gets or negates the touchdown, it's once again another backbreaker. Back-to-back backbreakers. That's a tongue twister right there for both of these squads on defense and offense.
Yeah, agreed 100%. I feel like both teams have their issues and both teams have their strengths. So we are seeing both sides of that here.
Yeah, that was a chop block there on the left tackle for the Pumas, and that'll set them up at midfield. Outside, rolling back, looking for the deep shot, but cannot find it. The ball pops out. Well, no, the refs are going to mark him down, but it will count as a sack for the Sidewinders. That's now their second on this drive. The clock stops at 16 seconds to go with the Pumas using their last timeout.
There's the timeout you were talking about.
Yeah, they were saving the one timeout for this drive, but that's not the way they wanted to use it.
Yeah.
As this is going to be a third and extremely long, and your only chance here to even get a conversion on this, or at this rate, you may as well take the one-on-one shots you can find for a touchdown. If you're going to take the one-on-one shot here, if it's there, who do you look for? Because they have multiple weapons to use.
They definitely do, and I feel like they can't go wrong with they can't go wrong with Williams, but I'm not sure if he's in there for them.
Three-man rush. Stepping up, he's just going to take the shot one-on-one. Oh, it's snagged! One-handed catch! Touchdown, Pumas! Oh, my goodness! Peter Shope there on the touchdown reception. My goodness, I have no other words.
Yeah, that is a camera photo finish. I mean, what can you say about that one-handed catch? That kind of caught us all off guard.
Yeah, he had the one-on-one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage on the outside, beats his man, but gets the snag with his left arm and tucks it in. My gosh, what a catch.
Yeah, it looks so effortlessly, too. Like,
21-20 with 9 seconds to go. Extra point coming up. As his teammates are celebrating on the sideline with him. That fires up an entire team making a play like that.
Yeah.
That's so incredible. Peter Shope, wide receiver, first year. Kick is up and good. 21 tied with 9 seconds to go. And he's as tall as me. He's 5'9", 165, but he's again, when it comes to the first steps on the route, he got it right away and was able to create just enough space to get that, well, the athletic catch of the night.
Proud that you're not down. It's 21 to 21. A lot of coaches say it's 0-0 after halftime, 0-0. It's a fresh new game. But no, yeah, they're literally tied. And we called it. You said it's going to be a 20s, 30s game. We're in the 20s with 2 more quarters to play. So,
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely going to be, if the defenses don't show up as much in the second half, it's going to exceed that.
yeah.
And the Sidewinders are just going to take a knee here to end this half. They'll take their 2 timeouts and not use them, as the clock will start ticking. And we enter the second half with a tied score of 21 to 21. This has been such an entertaining first half.
Yeah. I have to agree. I have to agree. I like what I saw from both ends, both sides of the field, both ends of the ball. And now we're going to send it down to our field correspondent.
Oh no, we're not gonna. We're gonna wait on that, but we'll come back with the silent report after halftime. We'll be right back. 21 all here on the Varsity Sports Show at Mountain Point High School.
So just record it. We won't go.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Arizona State defeated Arizona State defeated Iowa State in a Big 12 matchup on November 1st, 2025, led by a record performance on the ground by backup quarterback Jeff Sims. The win secured bowl eligibility for the Sun Devils. In relief of injured starting quarterback Sam Levitt, Jeff Sims set an Arizona State record for most rushing yards by a quarterback, with 228 yards on 29 carries. This included an 88-yard touchdown run in the third quarter that gave ASU a 24-16 lead. He also passed for 177 yards and a touchdown. Iowa State had a chance to come back late in the fourth quarter, but the Sun Devils defense made a crucial stop, and that secured the win. Arizona State committed 3 turnovers on offense, including a fumble and interception by Sims, but that was able to not be their worst problems as they were able to secure the win in the end. The Arizona State defense stepped up big as they played well all throughout the game, and especially on Iowa State's final drive of the game. The Sun Devils have a bye this week and then play West Virginia on November 15th at Mountain America Stadium. Reporting for the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Ryan Gaylord.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with the Varsity Sports Show here with Vince Delicio, and we're going to be talking about some recruiting with this HJCAC, conference. So what can these kids sort of look forward to with recruiting-wise?
Well, this week, the overarching theme is the ball's getting kicked off behind us here after a big touchdown to tie the game up. The overarching theme is linemen. I've been wandering the sidelines. Pregame was talking to a few of the coaches on both sides, and linemen are getting looked at and recruited this week like nothing ever before. FCS Division II schools are coming in, taking a look at these guys. Now, I say that because this is an opportunity. Linemen out there, high school seniors, you guys looking for a place next season, you want to stay close to home, check out Kick the Tires on the HJCAC. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. These coaches will bring you in. You'll find a home here, and you'll find opportunities after some development to move on for bigger and better. So definitely an opportunity. Linemen, give them a look.
Perfect. And how can they sort of reach out to this program, this conference?
Social media. You can contact us through social media. The other thing also is there have been some great partnerships here with the community. We've got Mountain Point High School stepped up in a big way, providing a home to the Papago Pumas. You've got Independence High School out in the West Valley with the Sonoran Sidewinders. Sunny Slope High School, Salt River Scorpions, as I'm keeping my head on a swivel here. And then, of course, Gila River Hawks at Campo Verde. Thank you to those schools and those communities for providing homes to the league team. So keep it up, guys. The league is definitely growing bigger and better here in year 7.
Yep, and this is definitely an electric community. Love to, come out and play. I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports. I'm Anissa Reynolds here with the Varsity Sports Show at Mountain Point High School, where the Sonoran Sidewinders and the Papago Pumas are playing a tense game. Both energies from both squads have been very up as of lately. The fans are getting into it. The score is currently 21-21 going into the half. So come next half, it's definitely going to get exciting. Tune back in with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm Anissa Reynolds.
Arizona State defeated Iowa State in a Big 12 matchup on November 1st, 2025, led by a record performance on the ground by backup quarterback Jeff Sims. The win secured bowl eligibility for the Sun Devils. In relief of injured starting quarterback Sam Levitt, Jeff Sims set an Arizona State record for most rushing yards by a quarterback, with 228 yards on 29 carries. This included an 88-yard touchdown run in the third quarter that gave ASU a 24-16 lead. He also passed for 177 yards and a touchdown. Iowa State had a chance to come back late in the fourth quarter, but the Sun Devils defense made a crucial stop, and that secured the win. Arizona State committed 3 turnovers on offense, including a fumble and interception by Sims, but that was able to not be their worst problems as they were able to secure the win in the end. The Arizona State defense stepped up big as they played well all throughout the game, and especially on Iowa State's final drive of the game. Arizona State defeated Iowa State in a Big 12 matchup on November 1st, 2025, led by a record performance on the ground by backup quarterback Jeff Sims. The win secured bowl eligibility for the Sun Devils. In relief of injured starting quarterback Sam Levitt, Jeff Sims set an Arizona State record for most rushing yards by a quarterback, with 228 yards on 29 carries. This included an 88-yard touchdown run in the third quarter that gave ASU a 24-16 lead. He also passed for 177 yards and a touchdown. Iowa State had a chance to come back late in the fourth quarter, but the Sun Devils defense made a crucial stop, and that secured the win. Arizona State committed 3 turnovers on offense, including a fumble and interception by Sims, but that was able to not be their worst problems as they were able to secure the win in the end. The Arizona State defense stepped up big as they played well all throughout the game, and especially on Iowa State's final drive of the game. The Sun Devils have a bye this week and then play West Virginia on November 15th at Mountain America Stadium. Reporting for the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Ryan Gaylord.
Welcome. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to the Varsity Sports Show. Starting the second half here, 21-21 between the Sonoran Sidewinders and the Papago Pumas. Pretty exciting first half, especially considering that the score is tied and we have an entire other half to go. It was a long first half, but it was a very entertaining one. I'm Ethan Troll, your play-by-play commentator, along with my color commentator, Blessing, by my left side. Blessing, it was an entertaining first half. What were some key plays that led up to this point?
Yeah, so I definitely think that last play going into the halftime by Peter Schroep, that one-handed catch touchdown to end that quarter, that was just an amazing play. And we talked about how excited we were to witness that, and it got the whole entire stadium on its feet. And I'm excited to see how the Sidewinders recover just from that play.
As we get kicked off here to start the second half. Being returned at the 6-yard line to the 20, makes a couple moves, breaking free to the 50, kicker ahead, one more, and out of bounds, tumbling at the 35-yard line. A great return there for the Sidewinders. Number 25, Xavier.
That's going to be Tori.
Yeah, Tori Gray. I
Yeah.
keep getting the names. I apologize. I
Yeah.
keep getting number 25 mixed up. Tori Gray there, running back for the Sidewinders, on a good return there. Thought he had a crease breaking free, but thankfully the kicker was able to get up there to disrupt the run. But still, that puts the Sidewinders in really good position in
Yeah.
enemy territory to start.
Yeah, and I would say I knew off rip that that was Tory Gray because I had a chance to see him last weekend, and I actually got a chance to interview him, and he just had an explosive game last week as well. And all you hear from the sidelines is Tito, Tito, and I think that's the nickname that he got from his family members and adopted by his teammates. But just an explosive player, and even getting the chance to talk to him, he's a very humble player as well. He's not super flashy. He's not gonna get any penalties from excessive celebration, but also making those impactful plays on the field. Just overall, a great player to have on your team.
And to start this drive here, it's a QB keeper to Darling, but again, this front four has been consistent tonight for the Pumas as he only gets a short gain for about a yard there, and it'll be 2nd and 9. The offensive line for the Sidewinders has done a solid job when it comes to the run game there, but that's the first time they ran a QB draw, or not QB draw, but a QB design run, and it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, how many options can you exercise against this Puma defense? They've been great this entire game.
Darling takes the snap, steps up, scrambling up, and he's just going to try and run. Couldn't find anybody downfield. A gain of another singular yard, and it'll be 3rd and 8. This Pumas front four, once again, just starting to consistently, like you mentioned earlier, just being able to bring that pressure.
Yeah.
And they haven't really had to blitz a whole lot tonight either. The Sidewinders, again, are known for sending in an extra guy or more inside of the pocket. But for the Pumas, they've been consistently sending 4.
Yeah, and the Pumas definitely have some hard hitters. We kind of talked about Aaron Diaz, but on that last play on defense, Nick Taylor, 6'4", 250. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
They have some heavy hitters there.
Darling on 3rd down, was going to throw, rolls to his right, gets sacked, ball pops out. As the Sidewinders recover the fumble there, but there is going to be a flag on the play. Might have a couple. No, Darling is down, but he's going to get up on his own will.
Yeah, that was a tough hit. He was being dragged down in the back by 2 defenders and gets hit in a head-on collision. I mean, that's going to take anybody out, but happy to see that he's up on his feet and, you know, walking around smoothly.
Yeah, and good job by Vernon Harris, number 20 for the Pumas, Vernon Harrison Jr. He actually fixed Darling's shoulder pad there as he got up. So that's good sportsmanship,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to two of the best teams in the
100%.
league. It shows good respect for one another, as the penalty is going to be on the Pumas here.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's just important to show that's also what makes a good player. At the end of the day, it's a game. But we're all human, you know? Like these are all people
Right.
at the end of the day. So, it's just great to see that there's still is sportsmanship and that intensity is staying during that play, during those possessions, you know?
Right.
After the whistle's blown, the flag's thrown, hey, it's time to tap into immunity.
Motion for CJ Williams. Handoff up the middle. Runs into his own lineman and gets taken down for a gain of 1. And it's now 2nd and 9. What worked for the Sidewinders consistently well and was the A and B gap runs
Hmm.
in between the center and guard, but so far in the start of this second half, that they've tried that a couple of times and it hasn't worked.
Yeah, yeah.
3-by-1 set, tight end in motion to the right side. Play action bootleg to the outside. Darling throws out, too wide and incomplete. Intended for receiver CJ Williams there, but falls out of bounds at the 10, and it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, I don't think the long passes have been working so far for the excuse me, for the Sidewinders. W- but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to switch it up, do something new, but the short passes have been working for them so far, but maybe they have to exercise something different against this Puma defense. You're trying to pick their brains here, trying to see what they're thinking. Oh,
Timeout called by the Sidewinders here. Darling couldn't figure out what the play call was there, and they had to use a timeout there. Good. I mean, it sucks to use a timeout this early in the first half, or excuse me, second half, but now you only had 2 timeouts for the rest of the game.
yeah, yeah. And that's why it's important to stress that communication and address that, and within the 20-minute halftime, it's important to address what you want to put out on the field for that first or for that third quarter, excuse me. Because hey, the last, or like you mentioned, the last game that they faced off, it literally came down to the wire. So
Yep.
you're going to need those timeouts if it happens again. Because right now we're tied. So it very much well can be a tight, close game where it comes down to that last touchdown, where you might need those touchdowns.
Yeah, well,
Excuse me, those timeouts.
yeah, we'll see if that timeout could end up coming handy there near the end of this game. But
Yeah.
again, we just got this second half started, and that first half was a little over 2 hours, so it could be a long night here
Yeah.
at Mountain Point High School. 3rd down and 9 for the Sidewinders. Darling takes the snap. Good pocket presence. Shot to the end zone, right through the hands of CJ Williams and incomplete. Good throw by Darling, but just went through, like I mentioned, the hands of CJ Williams. And now it'll be 4th and 9 with the field goal unit coming on.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about the Puma defense here, but even after that just last play, we saw those two Puma defenders celebrating there. I know they're proud of their work so far. Just seeing it come into fruition.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Especially they got the one-on-one matchups that they wanted because of the 6-man blitz that they sent, but the offensive line picked it up really well,
Yeah.
giving Darling enough time to throw.
Yeah.
So we see our first field goal attempt of the night by either team, but we might have a false start here.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah, on this potentially the Sidewinders here, but we'll see what the refs call. It looked like the right wing moved just a tad bit too early there, and it's gonna back up the Sidewinders. 5. Yep, it's a false start. They're gonna be backed up a little bit more, but they're still gonna keep the unit on. And Michael Singh up for the kick, and he would have had that last kick attempt there if not the penalty didn't come out.
Yeah, yeah. And he's made the last attempt for the Sidewinders as well. Do you think this distance is doable?
I believe so.
Okay.
He's been a pretty confident kicker this year, but again, the Sidewinders really aren't known for taking a lot of field goals unless if it is a situation like right now.
Yeah, yeah. I guess we shall see.
Singh from the 32. Flag thrown. Kick is up, and it is good. But there are flags on the play. Seems to be encroachment on the Pumas. It will be encroachment on the Pumas. And they're going to accept the penalty.
And we are right back to where we were before.
Yeah, I was surprised they accepted the penalty because that field goal was good, but I mean, may as well give Singh another rep, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's what, 4 for 4? No, Wendy's piggy bag.
Yeah, and back-to-back attempts. I mean, he on the first penalty he made it. That one he made it on.
Yeah.
And we'll see, third time's the charm here. Bleachers shaking just a little bit. Tectonic plates moving just a little bit. Singh up for the kick. Almost encroachment again by the Pumas. Good snap, good hold. Blocked! Oh. It is blocked! Recovered by the Pumas, and he's going to go down at the 29-yard line. Great special teams play, and another turnover for the Sidewinders. Another takeaway for the Pumas. And we are still tied.
Yeah. That was an awesome block by LeJay Salas. Wow.
Yeah, it's his first block of the season.
And you can hear him. He's amped up. I would be too. He deserved that.
Oh, yeah, he is fired up. And honestly, it's crazy that it was even blocked because it looked like he had good blocks on the outside. Yeah. But he busted right through the B gap and was able to get a hand on it. It kicked him right in the chest.
Yeah.
Was able to get the quick pressure. As the Pumas now take it, and it's going to be a jet sweep to the outside to the 40, 45, 50. Turn on the Jets. And we'll run out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 45-yard line. Good run there by Brandon Kreisner.
Yeah, and we've been calling his name the entire night. He's really been great for the Pumas here offensively. Just a fast, speedy player.
Yeah, he made the moves on the outside right there. Made a small cut, and the acceleration did the rest of the work.
Yeah.
Two running backs in the backfield once again. Low snap. Got the handoff still to Kreisner, but gets smacked for a short gain of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8. A lot of vocal sideline activity here for the Pumas. Oh, we had a Puma go down here, and we're gonna take this to a commercial break. 21-all with 11:02 remaining. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here as the player that was injured was able to walk off his own on his own will and got back over to the sideline. As now we have 2nd and 8 for the Pumas. Sidewinders, 3 down linemen. Puma in motion. Hand off to the outside. Gets the acceleration, but can't make room of anywhere to go and gets tackled out of bounds. And it'll be a short gain. It'll be down at the 40-yard line, setting up a 3rd and manageable.
He is fast, man.
He really is.
He is fast. I'm sorry, I keep saying it, but it's just impressive the way that he's able to zoom past players. Cause it's not like the Sidewinders are not on him. They are.
No, they are.
But just his ability to run that fast, I don't know. It's very impressive.
Yeah, speed kills in certain moments, and
Yeah.
that right there, it nearly killed. Immediate pressure, wide open target at the 35-yard line, but is dropped on the curl route by number 3, Kavion Belcher, who's also a wide receiver. And now it's 4th down with the offense still out there. They're going to bring out Xavier Newman at quarterback. Two-by-two set. 3 down linemen for the Sidewinders. Playing soft coverage and zone. Chrysler in motion. Newman stepping up. Scrambling around. Looking deep. Fires down the field. One-on-one. Caught! Oh no, they're going to say incomplete. It was nearly caught at the 10. It bobbled in one hand and hit the ground. Good throw by Newman. Almost a good catch by the intended receiver. And just a fingertip away from a huge gain. And it's a turnover on downs. And now it'll be Sidewinder ball. A missed opportunity there for his receiver. I believe that was DJ Franklin there.
Yeah.
The intended target, who caught the touchdown on a penalty earlier in the game in the first half. And he got another one-on-one chance that he nearly won. Hopefully he can redeem himself the next time an opportunity comes.
Yeah, that was a close one. I feel like both teams have been making amazing plays that haven't been able to be completed, where we're like, oh my gosh, that is so impressive.
Right? Well, we had the one-handed catch.
Yeah, that was completed. Yeah, yeah.
To show for the Pumas. And now we have the Sidewinders offense. Handoff over the middle to the big fullback for a solid gain of 6 there. Excuse me, 5. That was the number 45, Eric Rodriguez, 6 feet, 205 from Mesquite High School in Arizona.
Nice.
Grew up in Mesa. It's his first carry of the game, and a good one at that. Sidewinders going in a 3-by-1 set once again. Motion at the bottom. Left guard moved a little early there, and it's going to be a false start. Confirmed by the refs. False start on the Sidewinders, and they'll be backed up 5 yards. I know, I can hear your uhs because it's like, it feels like even consistently for the Sidewinders, especially in the first quarter, they had a lot of false start penalties.
Yes.
And to repeat those mistakes again,
You can't do that.
not a good look.
You cannot do that here. It's a tied ball game, and we know how the Pumas get.
Motion once again. Handoff up the middle. And it's going to be, gets trucked. And is fighting for even more yards. He's still going to the 45 and down at the 43. That was pure adrenaline running there by Eric Rodriguez for a huge gain. And he is fired up after that run. Half his jersey almost came off.
Yeah.
The Sidewinders are going to go hurry up here. Try to catch the defense off guard. Motioning again. Darling stepping up, looking deep, going over the middle. CJ Williams off the fingers and incomplete. A little too high for his speedy receiver. Second down.
Yeah, but going back to that last play, I do think that's the proper way to respond after you get that penalty. Like, if you do get a penalty, make sure the next play after, guns blazing. And that was exactly how you do it.
Yeah, Rodriguez, again, he's their big back, but he is such a strong runner. He may not be super fast, but when it comes to the ability to keep going,
Yeah.
he did an amazing job there. 3-by-1 set. Motioning once again. Takes the snap. Darling looks outside. Caught. CJ Williams trying to bounce to the outside. Gets hit. Breaks one tackle. He gets wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Gets taken back, but they're going to mark him at the 35. And it's going to be third down, excuse me.
Yeah, CJ Williams, another shifty player. He has a lot of speed, but that the Papago Pumas, I mean, that defense, I feel like that's really has been what's kept them in this game. I mean, their offense has been amazing as well, but that defense allowing the CJ, he would have went straight down, but bringing him all the way back, very impressive.
Yeah, good wrap-up tackle overall. Third down. Darling pressured right away, trying to throw to Earhart for his first catch of the game. But it's only going to go back to the line of scrimmage, and as he had to come back for that ball. And it'll be 4th down and 3 with the offense still out there. And a late flag comes in. Not sure who this is going to be on, but the Pumas are clapping like it's on the Sidewinders.
Yeah, we see his Sidewinders. He has his hands up, confused. So might be right. It might be on that end of the ball.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Sidewinders. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. We're going to replay third down. Now that backs them up to behind midfield at their own 49-yard line. And they're just going to bring the punt unit out, actually. They're going to keep it 4th down.
Ooh, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, their biggest struggle or battle is themselves.
Yeah.
Because they get something going, then it's a penalty. Then they get something going, another penalty.
Right. That's how it felt in the first quarter.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much been it the entire game.
But then on the next couple drives after that, they did a good job at responding.
100%.
So like we went back to in the first quarter, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish with a good effort. The punt is up and underway. And a big crowd. Fair catch at the 4-yard line for Cameron Cook. And the Pumas will come back on offense. It amazes me that there hasn't been another score in this quarter.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, we have been talking about how talented both of these teams are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're amazing offensively, I mean, that doesn't really mean much if you're going against a team that's amazing defensively.
Right.
And vice versa. So I think they're both doing an amazing job.
And off to the outside for Cook. He's just going to cut back out, though, to the 35. Tries to make another move and gets wrapped up at the 39-yard line. Good cut there by Cook. Cameron Cook. We have an offensive lineman injured for the Pumas, as we'll go to a break here for the injury. 21 all with 5:48 remaining in the third. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, as the injured offensive lineman for the Pumas was helped off the field. Here we are, first down and 10 for the Pumas. Motioning is Kreisner. Motioning back out. Handoff up the middle. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. And it's for a gain of about half a yard, maybe a yard. No, they're going to mark it a 2-yard gain. And it's going to be second down and 8. Second and 7, excuse me. Strong running for the Pumas though so far to start the second half here.
Yeah. I'm liking their play calls as well.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at spreading the ball around, right?
Yeah.
2 running backs in the backfield, 1 in motion, play action, running back screen, caught, gets smacked, physical play, but a solid gain there for number 2, Jay Martin Jr. for his first reception of the game. And now it'll be third down and 2. Gain of 5. So now we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Yeah, it's going to be another offensive lineman injury for the Pumas. We will go to break during the injury. 4:24, still tied here at Mountain Point High School. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here. As the injured offensive lineman was helped off the field. And now we have third down and 1 coming up. And if you're the Pumas, you've been starting the second half with a strong. Well, no, we're not going to get another play as the Pumas call a timeout. They're not on keen right now.
That's very interesting. Considering the fact they just had the time during the injury to speak,
Right.
about what they want to run and discuss anything that they wanted to discuss. So I wonder, oh, and I guess they're done just like that.
Yeah, so each team, well, this is interesting. Yeah, each team now used a timeout because their offenses couldn't figure out a signal or couldn't
Yeah.
figure out the play call.
Well, now it's a really even playing field. We're tied 21-21. Each team has a timeout left.
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts, excuse me. I mean, it's anyone's ball game, really. It's all about who's more disciplined, who shows out more.
Or it's kind of been a slugfest now. It's just no one's really been able to move the ball down the field consistently.
Yeah.
Pumas handoff. QB keeper to the 50. Makes a cut. 45-40. Lowers his shoulder and gets taken down at the 35-yard line, but not after a great gain there for QB1 Xavier Newman there. He's very mobile. We haven't seen him scramble a whole lot tonight,
Yeah.
but on the QB keeper there, that was great.
Yeah, that was a great fake. I thought that was Jay Martin there, Jay Martin Jr. there. I was like, why is he not running whole time?
That's how you know the play design went really well, is when they're
Yeah.
able to lead the handoff so much to the point where the defense falls for it.
100%.
Newman with a good run there. Another handoff to the outside. Smith Jr. helmet pops off. Gets taken down. Martin Jr. Gets taken down at the 26-yard line. Almost a first down, and it'll be 2nd and short. It's nice to see, though, that the Sidewinders defense, even after giving up a decent or chunk plays, they get right up and they get ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's really all about who makes that first explosive play first, because both teams are doing great offensively, defensively. I don't feel like anyone has more so of an advantage over the other right now.
Right.
So it's about who makes the least amount of mistakes and who's going to make that explosive play first.
Yeah, the Pumas need to hustle here. Otherwise, a delay of game penalty is going to get called here. Almost 2 minutes left to go in the game.
Ooh, there's the flag.
As a couple of the fans are saying, what are you doing? Get it together.
There it is, the delay of game.
Yeah, they took too long to figure out a play call. As an offensive system, when it comes to each drive, most teams, or all teams, have the expectation of, these are the set of plays that we're going to call. And when you don't have that kind of plan, and do you call any play that you want at any point, I mean, there's discrepancy, because when there's not a pattern there, that happens.
Yeah.
Delay of games.
Yeah.
Can't make those mistakes, especially with the score still being tied. Draw up the middle. Nobody expected that, and that's going to be a first down and a good gain for Jay Martin Jr.
He's had a great game tonight, I will say.
I believe that puts him just above 60 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Or close to it. Either way, still a good game. Good game for him.
Yeah, 100%. And I like that he doesn't have to have 50 yards at once.
Right.
Or it doesn't have to be like a flashy touchdown pass. But even small plays like that, it ultimately brings your team closer to the end zone. So
2-by-2 set. They're hurrying up. Sidewinders with the blitz. Hand off to Martin Jr. And because of the fact that they took too long to get the playoff once again, they only get a gain of about 2. And it'll be second down and short. And once again, we have another Puma injury. Yeah, he's down on the field. That's Jay Martin Jr. That's not good. We're gonna go to a commercial break here. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Be back with you from the Varsity Sports Show. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. As you just saw right there, a good reception there to end the third quarter. No scoring on that at all, by the way. No scoring in that entire third quarter, where in the first half we saw touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, and it's come to a standstill.
Yeah, that means we're gonna have a very exciting fourth quarter.
Either that or we're only going to see one more score with the way these defenses are performing.
Yeah, 100%. Either way, one team has to show out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No doubt
One
about it.
team has to take that initiative.
Yeah, when it comes to defensive play though, I mean both we didn't see any crazy defensive plays, but just solid tackling and good pressure overall.
Yeah, that consistency that we were kind of talking about. I mean, that's really all you need within a game. Like, it's nice to have a flashy play once or an impressive tackle once, but consistency, I mean, that's really what's going to drive you through a game, a season, really. And ultimately, a good and well ran program.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll get the screen back to you as soon as we can. But for the meantime, we will now be a temporary radio broadcast.
Yeah. Describing the scene for you guys there at home.
Yeah, 2x2 set for the Pumas. Sidewinders still with 3 down linemen. They've been continuing to bring 3 down linemen, but sending that extra linebacker blitz in to make sure that 4 get inside the pocket. Newman in the gun for the Pumas. Snap, looking, rolling to his right, trying to run. He's gonna do a quick spin move, and he was actually pushed forward out of bounds for a short gain there of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. And another injury. Looks like it'll be a player for the Sidewinders. We'll go to a quick break. Fourth quarter, 14:50 to go, tied at 21. We welcome you back to the Varsity Sports Show. 14:50 left in the fourth quarter. Still tied at 21. No points scored in the third quarter, but the Pumas are now in the red zone inside the 10. We'll see if they can put it through the marker. Newman takes a snap. Sidewinders with the blitz. Outside, caught by the running back to the 5. Trucks his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Papago. And they snap the tie and take the lead 27-21.
And there's that explosive play that we were kind of talking about there. And cue strobe lights. Hey, that's what you want, especially after a scoreless third quarter there. That's kind of the play that you want to start off with and get your feet in the water for that fourth quarter here.
Yeah, they turned a short play. They turned a short play into a big one right there. And that was to player number 25 there, one of their running backs. Good game. He turned a short play into, he made two cuts to get open, and then trucks his way forward into the end zone to put them up 27-21. Extra point, good snap, good hold, up, and it is no good. Wide left, looked good for our angle, but again, it's different for the refs, but it went wide left, no good, and it'll be 27-21 still with 14:30 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if you're the Pumas, obviously you don't want to get too comfortable, just because we saw how fast and how easy it is to get a touchdown responding to a touchdown. But I will say, if I were the Pumas, I'd be breathing a little lighter, a tad bit, just knowing that you are up. You know, early into that second quarter, it was tied. Whole third quarter tied. So knowing that you kind of got the one up for that fourth quarter, it'd have you in a better place. But no, I definitely would not get comfortable. I feel like the Sidewinders are out for blood. I mean, both of these teams, they play until the end, you know. The only time that we see them not is when there was 9 seconds left going before that halftime. And,
Right.
you know, that's just to reserve energy. So they play to the end. So I definitely would not get comfortable on either sides. And I'm excited. I'm excited for these next 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny that you put it out there. Like the fact that they scored right away, and you were talking about call a play here, as it is going to be down at the 32-yard line. And the Sidewinders will start there. But like you were mentioning, you said that this fourth quarter was going to be really exciting. Well, that obviously is a good start.
Yeah,
Touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Well, I mean, you predicted it so far, so we'll see if the Sidewinders put up another touchdown to start this drive.
Yeah.
Gotta love the front four. The front four is actually kind of dancing right now, trying to get fired up a little bit because they've been doing a heck of a job tonight when it
They
comes
really
to,
have.
again, we've mentioned it a few times already. It feels like a broken record, but I mean, come on. They've been doing a good job at sending the pressure, even when they don't blitz. The four-man rush is getting inside the pocket and stuffing the run game.
Yeah. Yeah. And once again, the Sidewinders, they've been doing great offensively, but I mean the front four like you've been mentioning, it's like it's hard to put anything against that. It's hard to get anything through that. So when the Sidewinders do, that's an impressive play. If once they are able to get past that.
Three out wide, motion once again. CJ Williams. Handoff. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and gets a solid gain there. Instead of gaining 2, it'll be a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Good run there by Nico Hernandez, number 34, 5'9", 180 from Valley Vista High School. Surprise, Arizona is where he grew up. They're going to trot him off the field after a good gain. 3 wide again. Darling, who's been out there the entire game. Handoff up the middle. Makes a cut to the outside and cuts back in. Just gets the first down, and that will move the chains.
Yeah. There's Torrey Gray. I mean, like we kind of mentioned, he's not going to be such a flashy player, but he makes those plays that count, that matter. You want the chains moving. That gives you a nice fresh set of downs to work with. So just an impressive player, impressive plays on both ends of the field because as long as you're making progress, I would say you're in a good spot. Doesn't have to be a super big play. As long as you're making progress, I'd say you're doing great. And we've seen that here.
The Sidewinders call their second timeout due to miscommunication again on the offense. So all 3 timeouts combined by both teams have been because of offensive miscues.
Not a good look at all, especially if you're down.
Right.
You want as many timeouts as you can get, or that's given to you. So when they are, and I don't want to say wasted, I think they've been using them well. Like if you're using them for a purpose, then at least make sure that the communication is good afterwards. If that's why you're calling it. So I don't want to say wasted timeout, but to be using a timeout on something that can be communicated easier or easily, I don't know. But hey, both of these teams have a winning streak, so I mean, we gotta trust the coaches. We gotta trust their decisions and
Right.
their teachings because it's showing in the record book and it's showing in front of our face the way that they're playing.
Yeah, and actually there's only been 2 timeouts, but both have been used by the Sidewinders. Want to correct that. Thought that the Pumas used one earlier in the game, but they gave that timeout back, I believe because of the injury. So of one of the injuries that they had in the 3rd quarter, they had multiple offensive line penalties.
Yeah.
So now Pumas still with 3 timeouts, Sidewinders with 1. Darling, good protection, has to roll out though. Throws on the run,
Nice.
a fight for the ball. Dylan White with the aggressive catch there. Oh, it's tight coverage overall. Good gain on the play, and it's going to move to chains.
Yeah, that was a great play. And once again, that's one of the players that Coach Munson explained that we should be looking out for.
Well, unfortunately, though, for Dylan White, that is going to come back with a holding penalty on the left guard for the Sidewinders, excuse me, the right guard. And it will be now first down and long because of the holding penalty. That would have been Dylan White's 3rd catch of the night.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if this game has taught you anything, teaches you the importance of communication and teamwork. There's no I in team. Everything is a collective here on the field. As long as you have your pads and your jerseys on, the helmets, you move as one. Literally, you move as one.
Yep. It's taking a while for the refs to get everything all settled, but now the refs are coming together, but the coaches are pointing at the clock to fix the time. Yeah, the Sidewinders coaches over there were pointing at the clock like, hey, look at the clock, look at the clock. Yeah, fans are, they're actually criticizing the refs right now because on the scoreboard it shows 1st and 10, but the penalty should be 1st and 20. And they had the clock running still, so they have to reset the clock and they have to double check to see if they're spotting the ball correctly. I'm sure you guys can hear it now. They'll reset it to 12:38 on the clock. A lot of misconfusion there.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the perfect opportunity to communicate with your teammates, you know?
Right. Motion to the outside. Handoff up the middle. Stiff arm. Makes another move. Bounces off 2 defenders and gets tackled at the 40-yard line. It'll be a solid gain. 2nd and long, but that run made it a little easier.
Yeah. And he came out tough. Immediately butting heads with the opponents, and he still was moving. Got a nice little spin move there. I like that.
Yeah, stiff arm, then a spin move, but then gets rocked by a middle linebacker there. 2 running backs in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Darling takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, can't find anybody, rolls out, gets hit as he throws, nearly intercepted, an incomplete flag on the play. Darling's been taking some big hits tonight when it comes to scrambling outside of the pocket.
Yeah. And quick shout out to Darling because he has been playing majority of the game, the whole game. And I will say I haven't seen like his energy falter or
Not at all.
you know? So kudos to him. Kudos to him. Cuz it has been a long game. It was back and forth in the beginning. Now, you know, we're a little stagnant, but the Pumas were able to get that touchdown and he still has that same energy, that same momentum going for him.
Yeah, and speaking of energy and momentum, it's going to be holding on the Pumas.
Nice.
10-yard penalty and then automatic first down. So there you go, energy and momentum. That's what the Sidewinders needed, especially considering that if they score a touchdown on this drive, they can go up by 1.
Yeah. Yeah. And just that energy and momentum, you get awarded for stuff like that. So
Pumas with 4 down linemen, potential linebacker blitz incoming. Darling steps up. He's just going to take off. Makes a move. Gets tackled at the 49 for a short gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 8.
yeah, Darling kind of taking matters into his own hands there. And I think that's important. If you can't find anyone, you got to know when's the appropriate time to pass the ball and when's the appropriate time to take it yourself.
I know a lot of players are sweating out there tonight, but thankfully we're not playing in the summertime.
Yeah.
So glad the nights are so beautiful now. We have Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas after that. It's going to be exciting rest of the year. Quick pass to the outside to CJ Williams. Makes a move at the 50. Gets absolutely rocked at the 50, but gets up almost right away. And another flag comes in. Pumas, of course, are pointing to the Sidewinders direction, but the refs have had some long discussions about penalties. It's going to be illegal block in the back on the Sidewinders, and that'll back them up.
Oh, wow.
We're going to repeat second down. That backs them up extremely far away.
Yeah, you can't afford that here.
10:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. 2-by-2 set. Pumas 4-down lineman. In the zone. Darling gonna roll out to his right, has to, gets the quick throw off and caught by Earhart to the 45 and gets hit. A little fight over there on the sideline. Potential late hit, but no flag is thrown. Earhart fired up there on the catch and run. Maybe some frustration too, but now you got a little scuffle going on. No flags thrown at all. That's very surprising, especially that hit was on the sideline marker. Still a good game, though, for the Sidewinders, and that'll make it third and manageable.
Yeah, now when tensions are high, it's very important to keep your cool. And we kind of talked about that with the Sidewinders earlier. Just keep a level-headed game because then those penalties start to rack up and you unfortunately set yourself up for failure.
Darling pumps, throws, intercepted, stiff arm, and down at the 38-yard line for the Pumas. Number 8, Kamarion Bell on the interception.
Nice.
As he's going to go to the end zone to celebrate. He's jogging all the way over there. Actually, I believe that's number 6, Fred Parsons. It looked like number 8, but it was number 6, Fred Parsons, defensive back, 5'11", 185 from Hamilton High School. And that is going to be a takeaway for the Pumas.
Wow. See, this is where the Sidewinders have to lock in. Because, you just got a penalty and then an interception. Hey, if the first penalty wasn't a wake-up call, this definitely has to be.
Yeah, now you have an unsportsmanlike conduct. It seems like every time there's been a takeaway or a touchdown, there's been excessive celebrating for both of these teams. And don't get me wrong, it's always great to celebrate with your teammates and whatnot, but
yeah,
do it quickly and then just come straight back to the sideline and get locked in for the next drive.
Yeah.
And now for the Sidewinders, their defense is thrown right back out there. But they have only allowed one touchdown this second half, but if they allow another one, it could be pulling away real quick.
Yes, agreed.
The game.
I definitely want to see what the guidelines are for like the celebrations thing, because even when there was like the point earlier in the game, that was called for a flag. So
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how.
Yeah, taunting's considered to be a very quick penalty as Newman steps up. Oh, he gets rocked. The ball's out. Rolling to the 10, rolling to the 9. Picked up. Nope, still being kicked around all over the place. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But my goodness, the Pumas somehow recovered the ball at the 5. And it's going to be, instead of a takeaway for the Sidewinders, it is a massive loss for the Pumas.
Wow. I mean, that was kind of good defense, essentially.
It was, still a great play for the
all
defense.
The way back. Hey, it works.
Yeah, it works, but they really wanted that takeaway. They had it on 2 opportunities.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
The ball bounced around, got kicked around like hot potato all over the freaking place. Oh, my goodness. And now the Pumas are staring at, I don't even know what the marker is at. What is that now? 2nd and like 30? It's going to be a far distance for them. Emotions high right now as the play is stopped. Timeout called by the Pumas, their first. Now we can of the fourth quarter. Now we can say that 3 combined timeouts were because of offensive miscues.
Ooh. What a game.
This
I
is
mean, pretty exciting, like I said, huh?
it's been exciting, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Not many
Not
touchdowns
exciting,
scored.
eventful, let's say.
There you go.
Yes, eventful would be the better word because that last play, shoot, that got my emotions going.
Yeah, that was
I didn't know who had the ball.
yeah, Newman was about to throw it deep, and then the ball just popped out as he got hit in the back.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned, it just became a game of hot potato. Like nobody wanted the ball for a long time. It actually the ball rolled on its own to the 9, and
Yeah.
I thought it was going to get recovered by the Sidewinders, but then it popped out of the defensive tackle's hands,
Yep.
and then it got kicked to the 5, and then recovered by the Pumas. What the heck?
Yeah. I don't know what slippery substance was on that ball, but hey.
Ball said, nope, nobody's recovering me. It's going to be an outside handoff here. It's going to get taken down at the 11-yard line. Brandon Kreisner, who's gotten the ball quite a bit tonight and honestly has been a consistent playmaker for Papago.
Yeah, I think if you want something safe, you hand the ball to him. You know that he's going to get you out of whatever predicament that the team's in at the moment, or he's going to push you guys forward. So I definitely think he's a safe person to pass the ball to.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Just making sure that they don't turn over the ball. There's been a lot of turnovers tonight combined in this game. 3-by-1 set. Newman steps back, has to get the ball off. Quick pass to Cook. Cook on the wide receiver screen. Cuts to the outside, a solid gain there.
Nice.
But it's still going to be a very, very long 4th down as the punt unit will come on. So because of that crazy fumble bouncing around, that gave a huge advantage for the Sidewinders defense. And now they get the ball back with 7 minutes to go. CJ Williams back really deep to return at the 35. The Sidewinders haven't sent huge pressures at all on punts. Kick is off, nearly blocked. CJ bounces at the 45, then it rolls to the 35 and gets marked down at the 33-yard line. And that is where the Sidewinders offense will start. 6:34 remaining in the game. Sidewinders with 1 timeout left. Pumas with 2 timeouts left. And if you're the Sidewinders, what kind of approach do you want to have on this drive? Do you want to score right away? Or do you want to try and knock down that clock a little more?
I would say to knock down the clock a little bit more because 6 minutes on the clock is more than 6 minutes in real time. You know, you have a bit of time to curate what you want to talk about. And obviously, we've seen the penalties that they've received and the timeouts that they've had to take in from miscommunication. So you don't want to rush at all. You do not want to rush and immediately score. But it is important to score.
Handoff up the middle.
Ooh.
Nice physical hit. You can hear the pads from up here. It goes for a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah.
Six minutes left to go in the game. Sidewinders sending the tight end in motion. They've been doing that a lot tonight. Quarterback keeper for Darling for the first time tonight is going to run to the 40 and gets hit at the 40. And he'll be marked down there as well. 3rd down and short coming up.
Yeah, I feel like as long as they're making gains in progress, I mean, that's all you can ask for. Because you don't want to risk something and you're all the way down the field, but there's a penalty in the backfield. and all that progress has been lost.
Exactly. Some whistling and cheering over here on our end for the Pumas.
Yeah, the fans are into it just as much as the players, just as much as us. Hey, we're into it as well.
And another timeout is called here. I believe that was by the Sidewinders. If that was their last timeout. Yeah, that was the Sidewinders timeout. They have no more left in this game. All 3 timeouts gone due to offensive miscues and play calls.
Yeah. Not a good look, especially against another equally as talented team. But hey.
Yeah, these are the 2 best teams in the HJCAC.
Yep.
Like we mentioned in the beginning of the game, both teams coming in with win streaks.
Yep.
Both of them are big powerhouses. They both came off of great wins last week. And it's been a really even matchup overall. But
yeah.
again, for the Sidewinders, they're losing the turnover battle.
Yeah. It's definitely those penalties that are coming back to bite them.
And here's another thing to keep in mind too, that blocked extra or that missed extra point from earlier for the Pumas. If they score here, the Sidewinders, and get the extra point, they go up by 1.
Yeah.
Free play here. Darling throws. They're going to mark the play dead. There are 6 flags thrown on the field. What the heck? A lot of laundry. Man, we might need 2 washing machines with the way the flags have been going out.
Yeah, I feel like they threw a flag for just about every play besides the one I thought they would.
Yeah, right. And
thought they would throw it for.
well, this one's going to be a false start for Sonoran. Thought it was going to be a free play because of the jump off sides by the defensive lineman, but an offensive lineman moved first. And here we go again on 3rd down. 2 running backs in the backfield. 3rd and 8. Darling steps up, looking deep. Hesitated and threw, and it was a bad throw off his back foot, and it's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Ooh. Yeah, you could tell he hesitated there. He wasn't quite sure what to do.
Yeah, I believe he was looking for his deep threat in Dylan White, but he was covered up, and so he froze like a statue and just dumped it off to avoid a sack. He's lucky he didn't hold on to it for another second, otherwise he would have gotten rocked.
Yeah.
As now the punt unit comes on for the Sidewinders. Back deep to return for the Pumas. Cameron Cook, number 4, from Williamsfield High School. Good snap, and the punt is underway. Cook bounces and is out at the 37-yard line. We're going to mark it at the 38. And now the Pumas offense comes on, and all they really need is 2 first downs, and this game's over.
Yeah. Just under 5 minutes left in this intense matchup. That's just about all they need.
Well, it's weird because it felt like the first half was intense, and then the second half is really quite toned down a lot.
100%. Once they were tied 21-21, we didn't really see much movement, especially the 3rd quarter. But I will say that could be a positive. Maybe not offensively, but defensively, you didn't give anything up.
Right.
On both teams, you didn't give anything up. So, I mean, that's good defensively.
4:50 go left in the game. Pumas take the snap to Cook. Goes to the outside, bounces off a couple tacklers, and strolls out of bounds to the 43-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and manageable.
Yeah, now we're getting to see Cameron Cook a couple of times on this offense, and he's kind of smooth. I thought he was going to get hit a couple of times down there. I mean, our viewpoint on that sideline isn't the best, but I definitely thought he'd run into some players way before the 43 at least. But yeah, he's kind of glides through the defenders there.
Yeah, he sure did. They try to go for his shoulder pads and slip right off of him.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 here. 2 running backs in the backfield. Very similar formations again between both of these offenses. Motion in, motion out. Handoff up the middle, has good blocks, but slips in the backfield. Somehow still gets a good gain there. And now it'll be 3rd and 1 with a little more than 4 minutes to go. Well, if the Pumas want to keep this thing going and keep the drive going, again, pound the rock, keep running the ball, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
For the Sidewinders, this is where you send in a massive blitz to make sure not a single yard is gained. Handoff up the middle, predictable, gets stopped just 1 yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1. As the clock runs to 3:30 left in the game. Yeah, we'll see if they try anything if they go for it here, but they're keeping the offense out there. The coaches are definitely just telling them like we're gonna get it right here. I'm sure you heard that a couple times too, right?
Yeah.
4th and short with less than 3 minutes to go. 2:55 on the clock. Offensive line hurries up. Still only 3 down linemen for the Sidewinders. Newman listening for the play call. 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 3 linebackers for the Sidewinders. Expect a huge blitz here, and a timeout is called by the Pumas. They wanted to just run as much clock as they could. 2:32 left in the 4th quarter on 4th and 1.
Now, how obtainable is a win for the Sidewinders still?
Well, if they're gonna, it clearly seems as though the Pumas are going to go for it now.
Yeah.
Because you can't call back-to-back timeouts. They've used their 2nd timeout, only 1 left in the game. If they don't get it here, that puts the Sidewinders in a great spot to go respond. So this is a big gamble by Coach William Strother and his staff to go for it and try to end the game here. Because if they get this 1st down, this game is over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing. So this is make or break for the Sidewinders.
Yep.
We'll see how they play this possession here.
As the refs stop the play for a second here. Late substitution for the Pumas. They've been trying out in and out number 70 a lot for the Pumas. He was injured a couple times tonight, but it's good to see him back out there going in and out. They're probably just testing to see how he's able to do. 5 wide for the Pumas. Only the 2nd time tonight we've seen them in. The Sidewinders sending a massive blitz. Quick QB run, gets the 1st down. Newman spin move, staying up, and now goes down with 2:20 left in the game. And they're going to let that run down to the 2-minute warning. 3 knees, and this game is over, and the lights will go off.
Yeah. And there does it. We talked about that 1st down. They obtained that. Just amazing offense and defense from both ends for the Papago Pumas team. Great game for them. They got to be proud of themselves.
Yeah, it was a strong 1st half by both teams. And then the 2nd half just really slowed down. And that 1 touchdown that the Pumas scored on their 1st drive of the 3rd quarter
That's what
was
did
the
it.
difference.
Yeah, that's what did it.
did not think it was going to be the complete opposite
Yeah.
of this. I thought personally it was going to be a slow first half,
Yeah.
and then the second half it would explode.
Yeah.
And then you thought it was just going to be exciting the whole entire game.
Yeah.
Definitely believe that it was, just in different manners. Yeah, because now the Sidewinders can't stop the clock anymore.
Mhm.
So all the Pumas really have to do here is take 3 knees, and this game clocks down. That will extend the Pumas win streak to now, I believe, 2? No, 3.
3.
And for the Sidewinders, coming in as the favorites.
Breaks a 3-game winning streak.
Yep.
Snaps a 3-game winning streak.
And that's also their second loss to the Pumas as well.
Yeah.
And in back-to-back games, it ended in a one-possession matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true.
It just goes to show you how well these two teams play against each other.
100%. Yeah.
As the Pumas aren't going to take knees here, they're going to probably run a couple of run plays here just to take some extra time off the clock. Handoff up the middle. Is going to get taken down at the 40-yard line. Marlon Robinson on the carry, his first of the night. Second down coming up with 1:40 to go. The sideline's fired up for the Pumas. They know they've won this game. They're just going to let the clock tick down. Fans are cheering in excitement and clapping, and their win streak will get extended. And now the Pumas will start taking knees.
Hey, even the assistant coaches are in on it. Everyone's in on the celebrations.
How could you not be?
Yeah. They played a very well played game. Both teams too. But the Pumas, hey, they just took it all the way home. They started off super strong, they ended super strong, and they had discipline all through and through.
Yeah, especially the defense, considering that they gave up 14 in the first half because of the pick 6 by the Sidewinders.
Yep.
And after that second touchdown, they shut out the Sidewinders all throughout the second half.
Yep.
And that last knee will do it as the staff and players join together to cheer and celebrate their win against the favorite the Sonoran Sidewinders. With 15 seconds to go, this will clock down to 0 with a final score of 27-21 Pumas. Blessing, what are your takeaways from this matchup?
Like I said, consistency, discipline, energy, motivation, that's stuff that we've seen from both ends, but the Pumas just did it better. And they had very few margins of error, that I'd say. And they were able to advance on the errors that the Sidewinders had. And that's important. And ultimately that comes from good coaching too. How about you?
I just thought it was a good physical matchup. I mean, we saw big plays left and right in the first half. Then the second half, like I mentioned before, things slowed down, and the Pumas defense was the key contribution to this game, making sure that the Sidewinders never saw the end zone ever again.
Yep. Yeah. Ultimately a great game. I enjoyed it.
And we hope that you all did at home too. As we're going to conclude now, thank you all so much for joining at the Varsity Sports Show here at Mountain Point High School. I am your play-by-play commentator, Ethan Troll, alongside my color commentator, Blessing. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.